By Kozak's Mr. Muffler, our proud game sponsor for today. Happy Father's Day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. To all the dads out there that might be watching their sons play today, we wish you a happy Father's Day and a good luck to you and whichever team you root for. That's Nick Matthews. I'm Brennan Shabath, bringing you this Father's Day baseball on Sunday here on the USPBL Network. Nick, we really couldn't ask for a better matchup on Father's Day. We got the Hoppers versus the Unicorns again. The Hoppers, the home team today. This is a budding rivalry in a good way. Rivalries can tend to be chippy and for bad reasons, but this is more of just a competitive rivalry. These now look like, after the college showcase and the additions to all the rosters, these two teams look like the best two teams in the league. The Hoppers are making a strong case for having one of the best lineups right behind the Unicorns, and we had a fantastic game on Friday that really proved it. It was a 9-8 shootout, 17 runs total, and it was finished in style with a walk-off bomb, and I mean bomb, capital B-O-M-B, from Ari Sakopoulos in the bottom of the ninth.
Absolutely. It's been a great day. It's been a fantastic, not a cloud in the county. Perfect day for Father's Day baseball, and these two teams are really out there willing to show their stuff to all these fathers out there today, and I'm looking forward to seeing them showcase what they have to offer, what their offense is, popping the bats off. It's been an absolute gunslinging show.
Some interesting developments today, too. We'll get into those a little bit later in the show and as the broadcast goes on. We'll start with our starting pitchers for the visiting Utica Unicorns. John Montanet, the only lefty on their staff, gets to start today. He's been pretty good so far. 9 1/3 inning, only giving up one earned run. No home runs. Really hasn't been hard hit yet, but he's got his work cut out for him with this Hoppers lineup.
He really does. He's got a lot of lefties he's going to be facing. It's the first time we're going to be seeing a lot of lefty batters for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers this season with the new additions. And he's going to have his work cut out for him on the mound today, and he's going to have to find his groove. But he has a lot of good stuff that he's going to be showcasing. He's only a .96 ERA, so see if he can keep rolling with that. A lot of strikeouts compared to walks, too.
And so, like you mentioned, the Hoppers have a now lefty-heavy lineup. They were only 2 or 3 lefties on their whole team before the showcase. They've got 5 in the lineup today now. That bodes well, though, for Montanet, who is the lefty and has pitched well against righties so far this year, as we just mentioned his numbers. And they're going to need him to pitch well because the Unicorns, Brian Camacho, who was scheduled to throw today, he got sick yesterday. He's out today. Harrison Aiken, the knuckleballer, rolled his ankle the last time he threw. He'll be okay, but he's out today as well. So the Unicorns need Montanet to stretch today out. And because of that, if he can't do that and they need a little bit of help, Jesse Galindo from the Beavers and Neil Freeman from the Mammoths, Freeman, a newcomer we haven't seen in a public game yet, they're both coming over to the Unicorns today to help out in the bullpen if need be.
Absolutely. Like you said, they need Montanet to stretch as long as he can, because then that saves the amount of arms that they're going to be using in the bullpen today. And those two additions from, thankfully, the Beavers and the Mammoths provides them with a little bit of cushion if need be, worst case scenario.
And on the other side of the bump, it's Andrew Verbrugge for the Eastside Diamond Hoppers, who struggled with a little bit of a slower start this year, but has gotten off on a really good footing, has worked with Mitch Aker and Shane McCaddy on some of his mechanics, and we saw that work come to fruition in his last start. Did give up 3 earned runs, but only on 4 hits in 5 innings, had 6 strikeouts as well. You could just see his stuff was working better. He had more depth to his pitches, more velocity, looking to kind of recreate that performance today.
Yep, he's looking for a solid outing here. It's a bright, sunny day. He should be able to go at least 4 to 5, hopefully maybe even seem to get even deeper. It's maybe 6 innings today, but Verbrugge's looking to get after this Unicorns lineup and give him a little pushback, because you know what? They are the only team that has beaten the Unicorns so far, and let's see if they can do it here again today.
With our starting pitchers out of the way, let's take a look at our starting lineups for both teams. We'll begin with the visiting Utica Unicorns. As usual, the center fielder Drew Galassi leads things off for the Unicorns today, the lefty bat at the top of the order. At batting second and playing third is Adam De La Cruz. Noah Childress sticks with the DH role. He hits in the 3-hole today. Ari Sakopoulos leads the league in home runs and RBIs, 5 home runs, 11 RBIs after this week. He's hitting in the 4-hole. No surprise there. Playing first base today, typically out in left. Malik Bolin gets the day off at first base. Leandy Castro is the protection for Sakopoulos. He bats 5th and plays in right. Kevin Lambert typically at 3rd. He gets the start at short today, batting 6th. Matt Parkinson, the only catcher left on the Unicorns roster after Duncan Hewitt was traded over to the Mammoths. He gets the start behind the dish, batting 7th. He's batting the ball really well lately. Kenny Rodriguez, a newcomer, batting 8th, playing left, still looking for his first professional hit. And John Hodo rounding out the 9 as he has done all season, batting above 300, playing second base in the 9-hole. They'll go against Andrew Verbrugge of the Diamond Hoppers. And for those Diamond Hoppers starting today, the typical shortstop Alex Pup leads things off. He's had a fantastic year, batting the ball very well with a plus 300 batting average as we were through about 10 games here in the season. Blake Porter, the center fielder, had a fantastic weekend last weekend. He's a lefty bat in the 2nd hole. Joe Burke, the everyday first baseman for the Hoppers, batting 3rd and playing first today. Yadi Rivera, a newcomer with a lot of power. Hopefully we're going to see some of that today. He's over in the hot corner at 3rd and batting cleanup. 4 lefties in a row, starting with Rivera for the Hoppers today. Bryant Schellenbarger, who had his first professional home run in a huge day on Friday against these Unicorns, he bats 5th and plays right. Nick Kreitzer is the designated hitter, batting 6th. Noah Marcoux, a newcomer that we haven't seen yet, making his first professional start in front of fans. Another lefty bat, playing in left field and batting 7th. Kevin Koziel relieves Whit Hughes for today. He's a newcomer that we haven't seen yet. He catches and bats 8th, and Juan Lopez Rios is over at 2nd, up the middle for the double play combination, batting 9th. They'll go against, as we mentioned, John Montanet. So we have to talk about Friday's game more in depth. We mentioned it was a shootout, a 9-8 win for the Unicorns, a much needed one to beat and stifle a hot Hoppers team who had won 4 in a row, now 4 out of their last 5 after the loss to the Unicorns. But the Hoppers looked really good. They got up to an 8-4 lead late in that game. They had a huge, I believe, 5th or 6th inning there. But the Unicorns, they don't go away easily. We said it on the broadcast then. They've had so many innings this year of 4, 5, or 6 runs, and they had a 4-run 8th that really propelled them back into that game. It was kind of everything you could have asked for in a baseball game.
Absolutely. They had a little bit of everything, good solid pitching, and then good solid offense on top of that. Made a fireworks spectacular performance on both sides of the field, both the Unicorns and the Hoppers providing great entertainment for the audience. And on top of that, the Hoppers are really putting their foot down and staking a claim and getting their identity known that, hey, we are red hot and we're going to continue to come after this charging Unicorns team that have won 9 of their last 10.
The Mammoths picked up a win yesterday. They're 5-7. The Hoppers 4-6, just a little bit back in 3rd, but charging quickly, as we mentioned. If Friday's game between these two is any indication of what today will be, we are in store for a big treat. And what more could you ask for on Father's Day? We wish everyone a happy Father's Day. Stick around. We've got baseball coming up very soon on the US PBL Network.
Companies are competing for talent like never before. With the complexities of handling tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and other HR functions, it's easy to see how a professional employer organization like Tryon Solutions makes all the difference. Tryon empowers businesses of all sizes to attract and retain talent by offering access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
1-0 fly ball right field, chasing Schellenbarger back onto the hill and gone. Walk-off winner for the Unicorns.
Jeremy, should I tell you what I said and talk back? Ari Sakopoulos, man, He hadn't had one today. He was due. Our player of the game last night and certainly tonight. What a shot, a no-doubter. Big time Ari. Big time Ari indeed. Ari Sakopoulos with the walk-off home run in a shootout on Friday between these two teams, the Utica Unicorns and the Eastside Diamond Hoppers. Hello and welcome back, everybody. Happy Father's Day to any of the fathers listening out there. Today's game is brought to you by Kozak's Mr. Muffler and our following proud sponsors: Ascension, Belfour Property Restoration, Budweiser, DTE Energy, Fifth Third Bank, Jarbcom, Jimmy John's, Macomb Community College, McLaren Macomb, Metro Detroit Chevy Dealers, Pepsi, Scott's, Valpak, and United Wholesale Mortgage Bank, all sponsors for everything they do for the USPBL here at Jimmy John's Field in historic downtown Utica. Nick Matthews, Brendan Shabath bringing you this call. And Nick, like we kind of mentioned, couldn't really ask for a better day right now. I mean, it's not windy, sunny, warm weather, beautiful day for baseball, especially on Father's Day.
Absolutely. Great day for grilling, too. There's Tiny Tots out there with the managers from both sides, and they're about ready to get this game going. So are we.
A lot of sports going on today. The final day of the U.S. Open, as Will Zalatoris and Matthew Fitzpatrick are tied at 4 under, just ahead of John Rahm at 3 under, and Scotty Scheffler, number 1 in the world, at 2 under. Those will tee off 2 leaders in that. The Tigers also play today. They will start very shortly here at 1:40. Some other baseball going on the league today as well. The NHL and NBA drafts are coming up as well. The Pistons have a draft on Thursday with the 5th pick, so we'll have some sports news this week for you on the some of our games. We got a game Thursday, Ted Lasso night on the night of the NBA draft. That should be a fun one. I was talking with some of the Hoppers pitchers and Mitch Aker, the pitching coordinator, before the game. And for those of you that know what Carson Ferry looks like, he has that mustache and tends to wear aviator sunglasses. So I said he better start on Thursday. The Hoppers play for Ted Lasso night. Hopefully he can get out there. But today it'll be Andrew Verbrugge taking on Jean Montaner for the Utica Unicorns. Pitcher, we'll see a lot of lefty Montaner and of the squad. Nick, what are you looking for today?
I'm looking forward to some rays, some sunshine, and some great pitching from both of these starting pitchers. That's what I'm looking forward to. And maybe even some barbecue later today.
Yeah, barbecue sounds like a good idea. Mitch Aker will be joining us, the pitching coordinator of the USPBL. He'll come on here in the 2nd inning. Talk some pitching strategies. Mitch Aker was here at the USPBL in the inaugural 2016 season, eventually got signed with the Diamondbacks and played at every level of their minor league organization. He'll be on to give us some insight. Checking in on the Facebook and YouTube, we encourage you to comment in the chats. Tell us how you're feeling today on this Father's Day. Berg says, hello, everyone from Inns Park. Now at the right field tables. Well, Tim, give us a wave. Thank you so much for tuning in and coming today. Got good seats over there at the right field tables. Steve Rosnick on Facebook says, go Hoppers, with a couple frog emojis. On YouTube, not sure how you say that, says go Frogs. Paige Pack says let's go Hoppers. And Hayden Wessa says go Unicorn. But for both teams on each side, the start is going to be announced. It'll be Drew Galois, Noah Childress to lead things off in the top of the 1st for the Unicorns. And in the home half, it'll be Alex Pupp, Blake Porter, and Joe Burke for the Hoppers. After lineups and the anthem, we'll be right back with First Pitch on the USPBL Network.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off orders of 20 or more.
Jimmy John's Field is the perfect venue for birthday parties, summer picnics, company outings, and provides the best entertainment in Metro Detroit with great baseball all summer long. Spend your summer nights under the lights at Jimmy John's Field in historic downtown Utica.
We're the financial champion of Michiganders. Whether you're a goal-getter or dream chaser, an empty nester, or up-and-comer, anyone in Michigan can bank with us. Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union.
Elevate your life on the road with a new Lincoln from Crest Lincoln. We're here to provide a purchase and ownership experience that's on your terms. We have new Lincolns arriving every day, or take advantage of ordering your Lincoln exactly how you'd like it, and you'll receive an additional $1,000 benefit towards that purchase or lease. We're celebrating 100 years of elevating the driving experience. Discover the possibilities at Crest Lincoln in Sterling Heights, or visit us today at crestlincoln.com.
Ready for baseball on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Happy Juneteenth as well, June 19th. Today marks 157 years in the United States. President Abraham Lincoln actually issued the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, 159 years ago. Did not reach Americans in Galveston, Texas, until this day, 157 years ago on June 19th, and we celebrate Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth to everybody. Getting ready to go here in inning number one. Trish Verbrugge on Facebook says, driving back to Michigan from Nashville. Let's go, Hoppers.
Nashville, a fun town.
Haven't made it till yet. Get list as places to go. It's sad. Family in Tennessee.
Hey, there you go. I got family down in Texas. I was recently down there back in October, and it was a lot of fun. It was a good family.
In Tennessee, Great Smoky Mountains,
Oh, yeah.
A fantastic vacation place, but not Nashville yet. Still have to get Music City. As we mentioned, it'll be De La Cruz and Childress to start things off here in the first. Our ascension comparison. Jean Montanet and Andrew Verbrugge, two guys who have been here since the start of the year. Montanet has a 2-0 record with a sub-1 ERA and almost 10 innings pitched, only giving up 5 hits. That strikeout-to-walk ratio is pretty good, 13-4. Verbrugge's numbers don't quite support how good he's been lately. Was off to a slow start. First pitch in at 106 for a strike on the outer half to Drew Galassi. The 0-1. Under the zone for ball one.
The Hoppers wearing their pretty home whites with a 74-degree day here in downtown Utica. Beautiful, gorgeous day. And the away Utica Unicorns wearing their purple jerseys.
Third pitch fly ball all the way to the warning track on a hop. Going over to field, it is Noah Marcoux getting the start in left today, and a leadoff double for Drew Galassi. Just how you want to start the day if you're the Unicorns.
Good inside-out hit going down to the left field line. Drew Galassi showing off that power.
Galassi through 10 games hitting .314 before that one with a 1-point OPS. Has looked very good. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and another extra base hit for him. Brings up the third baseman today, Adam De La Cruz. First pitch swinging, strike 1. And the 0-1 to De La Cruz. Swing and a miss again, trying to bring that runner home quickly. De La Cruz won't need to do much to bring Galassi home. A lot of speed for him over there at second. 2 stolen bases this year in 2 attempts. And the 0-2 swing and a miss. 3-pitch strikeout for Andrew Verbrugge after the leadoff double. And out number 1. Here comes Noah Childress, the designated hitter today for the Unicorns. Was speaking with Childress's former teammate, Duncan Hewitt, who was traded over to the Mammoths a few days ago. And I was asking Hewitt, who are some of the hardest guys to pitch to? And so came up, he said he's just a professional hitter as the first fastball is fouled back. Owen is so good at just the at-bat. If something's not working for him, he'll be able to make an adjustment and get a barrel. He could be on strikeouts and still has the confidence to go up there and put a good swing on it. And there's a single over to right field. Galassi will be held at third. Schellenbarger fields it and quickly gets it in. Runners on the corners with only 1 down here in the top of the first for the Unicorns.
Both hits so far today have been to the opposite field. Showing off that Verbrugge speed. They're a little late on it.
Brings up Ari Sakopoulos, the talk of the town lately. Give this guy a fastball. He's been so deadly this year, sitting on fastballs and taking them yard. 5 home runs already for Mr. Sakopoulos. 11 RBIs, leads the league in both. Hitting .282 coming into today with a slugging percentage. He's ahead 1-0. Pitch outside 2-0. Not sure Sakopoulos will see too many balls in the strike zone, at least for the next few games. He's been on a tear lately. To put his .718 in context, the MLB average last season for slugging was .411 as he waves at that one.
It's quite a gap.
Extra base hits and RBI galore. Sakopoulos. The 2-1 of Kevin Kozak behind the plate for the Hoppers. 2-2.
Sakopoulos has a chance to break the seal already in this first inning. Only 1 out.
Verbrugge works 2-seam, 4-seam fastball, has a curve, changeup, and slider for the off speeds. 2 him up, foul, out of play. Only 1 down, run corner. Foul ball from Sakopoulos on the 2-2. Pitch number in this at bat. Here it is. Now Sakopoulos battling Verbrugge around that strike. Want to give listen. And rightfully so. Two again. Under the zone, full count.
Long at bat.
8 pitches already, number 9 momentarily. Here it is. Fly ball out to left center in the gap, going back. It's there. Marcoux. This will easily score the run. Galassi, and yet again another RBI on the sacrifice fly for Ari Sakopoulos, and the Unicorns strike first blood.
That one is also to the opposite field, to left center.
Childress stayed at first and did not tag. That brings up Cat with a 1-run lead. We've seen the Unicorns do that so much. Get out leads. The top of their order has just been spectacular to start games. Castro first pitch swinging, a little flare that's going to drop. Throw to Juan Lopez Rios, couldn't field it at second, and everybody's safe. The inning stays alive.
Another one hit to the opposite field. Contact so far has been to the opposite field for this game.
It's been a big focus for a lot of hitters around the league lately. Verbrugge steps off the rubber. Kevin Lambert up over at shortstop today. First pitch swinging fouled over the screen. And that has been busy here in the first behind. It's Marcoux and out there in the outfield. First public start. Luis Rivera at third. Alex Pup at short. Those are your left infielders on the right side. Juan Lopez Rios and Joe Burke, and a newcomer, Kevin Kozak, on the plate. First pitch to Parkinson is fouled back to the screen. Childress third, second, and Lambert at single. Parkinson 10 for 22 through his first game with the Unicorns. The 0-1 grounded to first. Burke is there, and he'll base number 3. So only one comes across, but 4 hits in the inning for the Unicorns. Welcome back to Jimmy John's Field. After we reset our TriCaster, we're back here for the bottom of the first. Nick Matthews and Brennan Shabath bringing you the call of this game on Father's Day. And it's not just us bozos here at Jimmy John's Field all year. There's Jeremy Otto, the voice, your main voice of the USPBL network, and a proud father, wishing him happy Father's Day. And he just announced yesterday on Facebook that his wife Claire is pregnant with their second child. So celebrating fathers today for his 1-year-old child, and another one on the way. Congratulations, Jeremy and Claire. We are all so happy for you here at the USPBL and glad you get a day off to celebrate Father's Day, the first of many. Coming up, congratulations to Jeremy.
Congrats, Jeremy.
So now it's time for the Hoppers, see if they can strike back. Trying to exact revenge after Friday's game, and now exact revenge in the bottom of the first here after giving up 4 hits and a run in the top half of the inning. Pup, Porter, and Burke due up. The first pitch to Pup, swinging chopped foul. Montana on the mound works a 4-seam, changeup, slider, and curveball. Lefty-righty matchup to start. Porter is a lefty on deck after Pup. First or second pitch outside for ball 1. That was the changeup. Four-seam has been around 86 to 87 miles an hour this year. Another changeup in there for a strike.
Pup's been looking really good this year so far.
Hitting .341 through the first 10 games with a .779 OPS. 5 walks to 10 strikeouts. Big single. And that's strikeout number 1 and out number 1 for Montaner.
Next up, the center fielder number 4, Blake Porter.
And let's take a look at the defense behind Montaner. It's Kenny Rodriguez, a newcomer out there in left. Drew Galassi in center, Castro in right. De La Cruz at third, Lambert and Hodo up the middle, and Sakopoulos at first. And behind the dish is Matt Parkinson, rounding out the battery for the Unicorns. First pitch to Porter's in there for a strike. Now the 1-2. Got him looking low and inside. A great pitch from Montaner. And 2 up and 2 strikeouts, 2 down.
That was well located, down in the zone, inside. Great pitch.
Here's a tough guy to strike out, Joe Burke. 8 walks to just 3 strikeouts through 10 games this year. Had a sluggish start. Wasn't striking out a lot, just the average wasn't quite following along. First pitch swinging popped him up over to the right side. Sakopoulos ranging over in foul territory right in front of his dugout. He won't have a long walk back to there as he makes the grab. 3 up and 3 down, an easy inning, and the Unicorns lead it 1-0 after 1 on the USPB. Top of the second, Kenny Rodriguez, John Hodo, and Drew Galassi do up. The Unicorns have a 1-0 lead. We're welcoming a special guest up here into the booth on the USPBL Network. Joining me is Mitch Aker, the pitching coordinator for the USPBL this year. Mitch, thanks for coming on.
It's always a pleasure, man.
Been wanting to get on for a while and finally get to today on Father's Day. First pitch to Rodriguez from Verbrugge is popped straight up. Koziel, Verbrugge calls him off. And out number 1.
Let's go. Pitchers fielding practice. We worked on that. I'm so fired up right now. That is fantastic.
I remembered a conversation that I believe you and Josh Hines had. Back in spring training, we had one of those pop up to the pitcher, and you said you were good for just 1 or 2 of those a year. The rest go to the infielders.
Absolutely. With Andrew, I trust him. Anybody else, no offense to them, absolutely not.
So Verbrugge gets his 1. That's out number 1, brings up the 9-hole hitter, John Hodo. First pitch misses inside. So Verbrugge 4 hits in the first inning, 1 run. What are your thoughts on his first half inning? Hodo fouls this one back.
He just wasn't locating his off-speed stuff over the plate. They were just sitting fastball. I mean, kudos to the Corns, but if Andrew starts to land that curveball, land that changeup, he'll be just fine.
He was doing that a lot in his last start. We talked about it in the pregame. Second pitch to Hodo is grounded to third. Yadi Rivera ranges over, fires, and out number 2 on the ground out to third base. But you and I talked before that game about some of the mechanics you were working on with him, being more upright as he makes the deliveries, so getting more depth in those pitches, and that really seemed to work for him in his last start.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's 6'4". I mean, he's got to start using his size to his advantage. Once his chest was kind of over his feet and kind of staying in his hip hinge, and everything was just flat. And then once he figured it out in his last bullpen and his last start, everything was starting to kind of come together. Just trying to keep him to keep doing that so he can build off of that. Come on, Gary. Dude, that's a strike, brother.
First pitch to Galassi is called a ball on the outside half of the plate. Galassi led things off today with a double and a run scored. Hard hit ball to second. Nice play there by Juan Lopez Rios, and 3 up, 3 down. We're speaking with Mitch Aker, the pitching coordinator, and when we come back on the other side of this break on the USPBL Network.
Every summer, my family loves to have a neighborhood movie night in our backyard. And with my Chevy Blazer, I can head out and get everything we need for a great night. It has plenty of room for picking up friends, and the available hands-free liftgate is perfect for loading unhandy supplies. You know, it may be movie night, but my Blazer is the main attraction wherever I go.
Lease a 2022 Blazer 2LT for just $239 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
Make your move with a quick and easy mortgage from Genesis Credit Union. We have mortgages to fit your life. Genesis Credit Union. Visit us today.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
Early pitching duel between Andrew Verbrugge of the Hoppers and that man, Jean Montaner, for the Utica Unicorns. 1-0. The Corns lead it as we're in the bottom of the second, the home half for the Hoppers. Due up 4, 5, 6 hitters, Yadi Rivera, Bryant Schellenbarger, and Nick Kreitzer. We're joined by Mitch Aker, the pitching coordinator of the USPBL this season. Mitch, you were also here for the inaugural season of the USPBL. After 4 seasons at William & Mary, you came here in 2016. Had 18 appearances, only 1 start, more of a relief guy, but the numbers stood out for themselves. A sub-3 ERA, 12 strikeouts per 9 compared to just 2 walks per 9. You had a good year here.
Yeah, I mean, when I was here, Justin Ornduff was the pitching coordinator, and he saw something in my delivery, and everything just clicked, and my command got so much better, and trying to get over.
Hard hit ball to first, and that scoots by Sakopoulos, a leadoff single for Yadi Rivera.
But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to keep the tradition going as having a bunch of pitchers get out of here. So hopefully Andrew's one of them. I mean, honestly, I hope everybody gets out of here in a good way.
You were one of them that got out of here in that 2016 year. 2017, you moved on to the Diamondbacks organization, played in their AA, single A, low A, rookie ball as well. What was it like getting that call, getting signed, and then playing for a major league organization?
Well, I mean, when I got the call, I actually was at a Redskins-Cowboys game. Well, Commanders now, but I got it while I was tailgating, so that was kind of interesting.
Schellenbarger first pitch, and that's a flare single out to the gap in left center. Back-to-back base hits to lead things off in the bottom of the second for the Hoppers.
But, no, it was everything that I wanted and then more. I mean, and then they brought me into early camp, and it was just every day was just amazing. You just around so many good guys, so many guys with so much knowledge. I learned a ton just in my 1 year there.
So you played at all 4 levels just in that 2017 year, and in 2018 in the Frontier League, 2019 in the American Association. But the interesting thing I found, we had a conversation. I'm a video gamer. I believe you are. A lot of the players in the league. You were in MLB The Show 18 because you were in the Diamondbacks organization in 2017. That had to be pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a bunch of my kids that I was coaching back in Virginia. One of them told me that I was on it. I was in AA, and I was trying to ask them like what all my ratings were. They said my fastball was like a 94, which is awesome. And then I asked them what my control was, and they said it was like a 55. So I was about to say, yeah, that's about right.
The command wasn't quite there. The velocity was, though. 0-1 to the DH today in the 6-hole Nick Kreitzer with 2 on and nobody out. We're speaking with Mitch Aker, the pitching coordinator of the USPBL here in inning number 2. That one's below the zone, 1-1. What do you like from Jean on the mound?
He just competes. He's I want to get him a piece of chicken here and there so he can beef up a little bit. But he uses his off-speed stuff really, really well, and he gets his lefties out for the most part. I mean, this is probably the best matchup for him right now, especially with the Hoppers' lefty-heavy lineup. That's a strike. Oh my, oh dear.
2-1 on Kreitzer. He's in the meat part of this. 4 in a row lefties in the lineup, 4, 5, 6, 7 hitters. Kreitzer the third of those 4. Noah Marcoux due up next.
He's a new guy, right?
Yes. Making his first professional start in front of fans today.
Now, hopefully Gene can give the Unicorns some length. They're a little thin on pitching right now, so they needed a much-needed day off tomorrow. So hopefully Gene can give us 4, hopefully 5. That'd be great.
Brian Camacho out of the bullpen. He's out with an illness. Harrison Aiken rolled his ankle in his last appearance. Said he'll be totally fine, ready to go about Tuesday or Wednesday this week. The Unicorns do have a non-public game on Wednesday, and a 5-pitch walk to Nick Kreitzer loads the bases. And the Hoppers looking to get on the board. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. First walk of the day for Montaner. It's just the third walk this year that Kreitzer has worked. He's had 10 strikeouts. And here is Marcoux, 23-year-old native of Saginaw, Michigan. His first game played was a non-public. He went 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs in that game, a walk and 3 strikeouts as he looks at a called strike 1. So it's Kreitzer on first, Schellenbarger on second, and Yadi Rivera on third. Mitch, what's the strategy here with the bases loaded and nobody out on the mound?
I mean, honestly, if I'm Gene, I'm trying to pitch to get a K right here so you can get double play with 1 out. But, I mean, at this point early in the game, I mean, if you get a ground ball, you get roll a 2 ball here. I mean, then you get man on third, 2 outs. You give up 1 run. That's a win in my book.
The 1-1 misses 2-1. Montaner has 15 strikeouts this year. That walk to Kreitzer is just his 5th. He's had a really good ratio. Then a surprising job. You said, you want to give him some chicken, beef him up a little bit. For a guy who's only 6 foot and 175, he's been really surprisingly strong with his velocity, and he's located well, and it's led to a lot of strikeouts. That one just misses 3-1 on Marcoux.
No, he is. I mean, he throws a lot of strikes. He's all around the plate right now, too. I mean, he's getting squeezed a bit, but, I mean, for Jean, I mean, he's just got to make the big pitch and the big at-bat. Like right now, 3-1, he can't just groove one. I want him to make a quality pitch here, hopefully jam him a little bit.
Here is the 3-1. Breaking ball misses. And Montaner walks in the first run of the day for the Hoppers, and still the pond is full of ducks and nobody out, bringing up Kevin Koziel. So what do you think is the conversation right there between Parkinson and Jean on the mound?
That's an interesting one because Jean kind of brought Parkinson out there. Usually Parkinson's, I mean, I trust Parkinson with anything right now. I think he's a phenomenal catcher. So, I mean, maybe they're just trying to get on the same page, get Jean into a little bit more of a rhythm. And, I mean, with the 8-hole guy now, I mean, I would just try and attack, get back in the strike zone.
Koziel 1 for 4 in the non-public. Did not play yesterday. First pitch in there for a strike. So you're done after the second inning with us, but I did want to talk about that game on Friday and Ari Sakopoulos' walk-off home run. Koziel hits this one out to right. This should score a run. Castro ranges over. Tagging is Schellenbarger. The throw is up the line. Parkinson can't come down with it. And an RBI sac fly for Kevin Koziel.
I don't mind that there. Got himself an out. That's okay. Now he's got the double play in order still with the 9-hole guy. I don't mind that.
So that puts runners on the corners. It's Kreitzer at third. Marcoux stayed at first. Koziel flies out for out number 1. That was Schellenbarger that came around to score. 2-1 Hoppers now, but going back to our conversation on Friday, we were talking about it in the first inning with Nick Matthews. I don't know if Ari Sakopoulos is going to see a fastball for another 2 weeks or so.
All I'm saying is if I'm pitching to Ari, I'm not giving him anything straight. It will be breaking balls and changeups. And, I mean, I think Ari knows that too. And, I mean, you saw it in his first at-bat. Andrew really – he tried to throw him 3 changeups and missed with all 3, so he can sit dead red fastball. And with Ari's juice and Ari's just bat-to-ball skills, he's not going to miss many fastballs.
Juan Lopez Rios in the 9-hole fouls that one off. There's a curveball that misses from Jean. 1-1. So let's subtract bottom 9, 2 outs, tie game. In middle of the game, 0-0, how are you pitching to Ari Sakopoulos?
I'm attacking him for now. I mean,
and here's a drop single liner into left. 3 on the board for the Hoppers. And it doesn't get any easier. Top of the order due up with 2 on and 1 out.
pitching to Ari, I mean, in my prime, when I was in the high 90s, I'm challenging him. But, I mean, that's the thing. I'm trying to go hard in and kind of stack that fastball kind of near the belt because he gets to that low and in fastball really well where he can drop the barrel on it. But then you can probably tie him up a little bit stacked near the belt on the inner half. I mean, he's got long arms. He's a big guy. It'd be hard for him to keep his hands inside the ball. So I feel like that would be the play. Show him hard in and then go change-ups away. See if you can get him to fish. That'd be the way I would do it.
Pup struck out swinging his first time up to lead things off today. First pitch misses. And if you're Jim Essien and Adrian Guzman, what's the process? 3-hit, 3-run second inning right now for Jean.
Hopefully he can get out of this inning quickly. Hopefully he can get himself a ground ball and we can double off Pup. But Pup's pretty quick, so that'll be a tough one. I mean, the Unicorns are thin in the bullpen, so they're trying to get everything they can out of Jean right now.
You do have Jesse Galindo and Neil Freeman from the Beavers and Mammoths, respectively, for just today, with some of the arms being down on this Father's Day Sunday game. 1 out, 1-1 to Pup.
There it is.
Checked his swing, didn't go around the appeal to the fielding umpire. He also says no, so 2-1. Jean's trying to work that curveball, you can see.
Come on, Jean, get yourself a grounder here. A little 4-6-3 double play would be huge right here.
Hodo waits at second. Lambert at short. Tsakopoulos, the first baseman. The 2-1.
There it is.
Inner half of the plate. Nice pitch, 2-2.
Where's your boy Jeremy today? He's just taking off day? Or what's going on?
We just talked about it in between the top and bottom half of the first inning, celebrating Father's Day today. He's already a father of a 1-year-old and is due up for another. Him and his wife Claire just announcing yesterday on Facebook that they're pregnant with their second child. Now a full count to Pup.
Good for Jeremy, but I mean, what do you got on Gary behind the dish right now, man? This is his second game in a row where it's a little bit shaky. Oh, man, he needed that one.
Tight strike zone today. Full count with 1 out. Hoppers have already brought 3 across the plate. We saw Verbrugge have a tough first inning and then a quick second. We saw Jean have a quick first and now a tough second. 3-2, fly ball out to right in the gap. Castro coming forward. He'll make the grab. Thinking about tagging on second was Marcoux. Instead, he holds there. So now 2 down. Sort of what Jean needed there.
Yeah, he needed that for sure. He needs to get his lefty right here, get himself in the dugout. I would assume if Porter gets on here or something happens, I would assume Adrian would go talk to him to give him a break, catch his breath.
Well, he's got to face a good hitter in Blake Porter at that.
Absolutely. Tough out here. Very, very tough out.
286 average on the year, splits of 381 and 348 slugging and on base. 0 for 1 today, though, struck out in the first. Big bender doesn't find the zone. Pretty close, 1-0. There's been a lot of conversations around the league about some guys who might be able to leave swing and a miss from Porter. Sounds like Carson Ferry is a name who's at the top of the list. James Crick of the Beavers. Ferry obviously of the Hoppers team. Andrew Verbrugge's on the short list as well.
For sure. No, I mean, I think Carson, if I'm being honest, no offense to the other guys, I think he's the most affiliated ready guy. And teams are asking. I think it's just when a spot opens up, hopefully one of them pulls the trigger. And then with Crick and Jackson and some of the younger college guys, they have to wait until the draft is over, unfortunately. So I think once the draft is over, we're going to see a couple more guys get out of here pretty quick.
Porter's behind 1-2 with 2 outs. Montana trying to get out of it, misses that one, 2-2. So we had the college showcase, a couple new arms come in. We already had Pierce Banks leave. We've had some roster turnover. Who of the new arms, particularly from this last week, do you really like?
I like Eddington for the Hoppers, the other 6'8" guy.
The guy we're expecting to see today?
Yep. He should be getting there. Yeah, boy, Gene. Good for you, dude.
Montana gets out of it with only 3 across the plate. Strikes out Porter looking for the second time today. Mitch Aker, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. We look forward to having you on again soon.
Hey, this is fun. Let's make this a weekly thing.
Awesome.
I love it up here.
We'll do it. That's Mitch Aker, the pitching coordinator here at the USPBL. Stick around. We've got the third inning coming up on the USPBL Network.
Why are all these business owners smiling? Because they rely on Tryon to handle difficult and time-consuming HR tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and more. Working with one of the nation's top professional employer organizations provides access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans and Tryon's team of attorneys and HR experts. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
We joined Green Path and instantly felt a support around us.
They developed a plan on paper, and this is how we're going to do it.
The plan that they gave me was something that was sustainable. It was something I could do. It was actually lowering my payments monthly by hundreds of dollars.
Choosing Green Path is a no-brainer.
Inning number 3. This game has been similar to Friday night's game between these two teams. Already pretty high scoring. 4 runs total have crossed the plate through the first 2 innings. It's 3-1 Hoppers in the visiting half of the third. De La Cruz is due up, followed by Childress and Sakopoulos, 2-3-4 hitters. Nick Matthews and Brendan Shabath bringing you this one.
For Brugge getting some good run support already.
He gave up 4 hits in the first inning. Only one of those came across. It was Drew Galassi. First pitch swinging, flare. Gonna drop in center field. De La Cruz reaches for the first time today.
Good pressure point spot there. It's like dying quail with eyes.
So De La Cruz boards. Here's Childress. It was a 4-hit, 1-run first inning for Verbrugge, then 1-2-3 in the second. 1 strikeout to his name today. Now working on a tough hitter to face in the 3-hole with a runner on and nobody out. First pitch swinging, fouled back. Seen a lot of first pitch swings today from the Unicorns.
Being very aggressive towards Verbrugge.
A couple first pitch hits as well. Parkinson grounded out on his first pitch. Castro had a first pitch single last inning, and De La Cruz this inning, the 0-1. Swung on and hit into the gap in right. Ranging over is Schellenbarger. He's not going to get there. De La Cruz is going to go all the way to third and be held there. And the Unicorns, with an answer of their own after the Hoppers have a big inning, runners on the corners, nobody out for Ari Sakopoulos.
This is not a guy that you want at the dish right now with runners on the corners. That was a very long single, too, from Noah Childress.
Seen a lot of gappers today. And Sakopoulos, the go-ahead run at the dish, tying run on first. First pitch outside edge of the plate for strike 1. And the 0-1. Swung on hard, out of play, foul, 0-2. The 0-2. Fouled again, back to the screen. Sakopoulos was ready for that fastball, just a little under it at 91. Surprised to see Verbrugge go to the fastball there after the conversation we just had with Mitch Aker. Not going to see him. He's not going to see too many of those.
He's got to be careful with those.
The 0-2. Breaking ball under the zone, 84 miles an hour. Changeup just misses for ball one.
He does throw Sakopoulos a fastball. It better be out of the zone.
Koziel down to a knee, the 1-2, another changeup fouled off. Verbrugge's got that nice tail on that changeup to the right side. Tough for a lefty hitter to get to, but Sakopoulos, perhaps the best lefty hitter in the league. In a dangerous position here, the 1-2 again. Swing and a miss, a big one, and Sakopoulos shakes his head. Verbrugge blew the fastball by him, and Sakopoulos gives him credit. Not going to see that too many times. A fastball elevated that Ari Sakopoulos doesn't pounce on. The first out of the inning, and a much-needed one for Andrew Verbrugge.
Big sigh of relief from Verbrugge.
Like to see that sportsmanship from Sakopoulos, giving credit where it's due from Verbrugge on that nice pitch. Castro fouls that one off. Sakopoulos was likely sitting off speed there and not quite ready for a 91-mile-an-hour elevated fastball.
It was a good sequence from Verbrugge trying to get him to chase on something that's a little high and out of the zone. Good fastball. Blew it by him.
Back-to-back changeups before low. The 0-1 to Castro, hit out to center. High fly ball. There is Porter. He'll throw all the way in. Burke will not cut it off. Dang, that's a pretty good throw from Porter, but it's not in time. We saw Porter beat the Mammoths with a throw like that. It was obviously a much more shallow fly ball. But De La Cruz comes across to score for the second run of the day for the Unicorns.
Porter's got a cannon out there in center.
Thought Joe Burke might cut that one off at the mound, and he didn't really need to. Out number 2 on the fly out from Castro. And another RBI. Slider for Verbrugge in there for a strike. Lambert singled back in the first. Another slider, got a weak wave at it. 2 really good pitches from Verbrugge. That slider looks nice right now.
Good way to get in the head in the count.
Childress over at first. Another slider. This one goes back to the screen, and Childress no longer at first as he rumbles over to second. So the wild pitch takes away the force out and puts a runner in scoring position. Lambert, 24 years old from Tampa, Florida. Spent 5 years at Western Kentucky in the Conference USA in college. Hits this one right back to Verbrugge. Fields his own position, and he'll get out of the inning after what seemed like a huge threat. Runners on the corners to start with nobody out. He gets a strikeout, a sac fly, and a ground out to keep the Hoppers in the lead at 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the third here at Jimmy John's Field.
Elevate your life on the road with a new Lincoln from Crest Lincoln. We're here to provide a purchase and ownership experience that's on your terms. We have new Lincolns arriving every day, or take advantage of ordering your Lincoln exactly how you'd like it, and you'll receive an additional $1,000 benefit towards that purchase or lease. We're celebrating 100 years of elevating the driving experience. Discover the possibilities at Crest Lincoln in Sterling Heights, or visit us today at crestlincoln.com.
We're the financial champion of Michiganders. Whether you're a goal-getter or dream chaser, an empty nester, or up-and-comer, anyone in Michigan can bank with us. Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union.
Father's Day baseball on the U.S. PBL Network. Nick Matthews, Brennan Shabath. So glad you can join us on this beautiful day. It's 3-2 Hoppers here as we start the bottom of the third. Back and forth game already. Bit of a boxing match. 3-4-5 hitters for Jean Montaner, who had a tough second inning, 3 hits and 3 runs come across. The Hoppers sent 8 batters to the plate. Burke, the only one that didn't get to join in on the fun, but he can start things off here in the bottom of the third. Popped out to first base his first time up. This one's hard hit on a line out to left field. Hooking, hits the foul pole and gone.
He gets to make his own fun.
Joe Burke picking up where his team left off, and it's a 4-2 lead for the Hoppers. Lead off homer for Joey Batts. That's his 4th of the year, 8th RBI for him. He was another player that Duncan Hewitt and I talked about when we said who are the toughest guys to pitch to. Burke easily comes up. His walk to strikeout ratio has been fantastic. 8 walks to 3 Ks coming into today, and now 4 home runs, 8 RBIs, a 950 OPS from him. Just a really sound hitter, and he gives the Hoppers a big boost in the bottom of the third.
He recognized that fastball real quick, got on top of it, got out in front of it, and hits the foul pole. What a great hit.
We talked about how many Unicorns have swung at the first pitches, and Burke did it there for the Hoppers. We've had a lot of conversations about Montana facing these lefties and how that should be an advantage for him, but he actually, all the 3 of the 4 lefties in the last inning in the middle of this lineup for the Hoppers reached, or 3 of them scored, all 4 of them reached. This fly ball to foul territory is going to get down before De La Cruz can get there, and Burke, the righty, does damage as well.
So interesting that the 4, 5, 6, 7 hitters are all lefty. It's so unorthodox to see. You really don't see it too very much.
I think it's meant to kind of annoy the righties in the league and give them a tough look for an entire inning at least. Yadi Rivera, he's up there now, 2-2 count, the first of those 4 lefties. Fastball in the dirt. Full count now. Rivera had a single to first base that scooted by Sakopoulos in the second inning. He would come around to score a few batters later. Schellenbarger and Kreitzer on deck. Breaking ball got Rivera looking. A nice pitch from Montaner. And that's his 4th strikeout today. 3rd looking.
That was nasty.
Bryant Schellenbarger, he had a fantastic day in his public debut on Friday. 2 for 5, 3 RBIs, scored twice, and had a bomb to right field. First pitch to him under the zone for ball 1. Schellenbarger also had a nice play in the field defensively. Ari Sakopoulos was the big name player from that game with the walk-off home run, but some people might remember in the 7th inning he had a line shot to right field where Schellenbarger plays, and it went all the way back to the wall, and Schellenbarger robbed him of a home run in the 7th. He's quickly ahead 3-0. Has the green light 3-0 back to Montaner. It hits him. He's able to grab it and flip to first for out number 2.
Looked like he stopped it with his glove and it went off his wrist, maybe even his side.
He appears to be okay, asking for the ball from Adam De La Cruz, his 3rd baseman. So we've seen Verbrugge field his position twice already, and Jean does so there.
Lots of blankets out there in right field on the lawn.
The lawn is packed today. There's even looks like a tent out there at the top. Kreitzer ahead 1-0. Reached on a walk and scored last inning. Big bender. Kreitzer wanted that one, didn't swing. There's that tent you see out there on the lawn.
Some dads out there sunbathing.
And strike 2 to Kreitzer.
Well-deserved day off. See all those dad hats out there, too?
Yeah. Fans got dad hats today. USPBL dad hats, that is. Those were nice looking. 2-2 to Kreitzer, 2 down, a home run already in this inning for Joe Burke, a solo shot. Made it a 4-2 game. Kreitzer fouls this one off out of play down the third base line. Two again to Kreitzer. High 3-2. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball fouled away. Payoff pitch again fouled away. 2 in a row for Kreitzer, hanging in there with 2 out, nobody on. 3-2 again. Swing and a miss. Montaner got him on that one. He needed that. After the solo shot from Burke, it's a 1-2-3 inning, 2 of them Ks. 4-2 Hoppers, top of the 4th on the other side of this break on the USPBL Network.
You dreamed of starting a company, not an HR department, but your business has grown fast, and so have the complexities of payroll and taxes, benefits administration, and other HR functions. That's why your business needs a professional employer organization like Tryon Solutions. Tryon provides businesses of all sizes access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Throughout your life, from big moments to ones well-earned, we're your financial guardian angel. Alliance Catholic Credit Union.
Andrew Verbrugge goes out there working on inning number 4 against the Unicorns. He's got a 4-2 lead to work with, facing the bottom 3 of the order for the Corns, 7, 8, 9, starting with Parkinson.
I just heard a really bad dad joke for the dad jokes on Father's Day. Did you know that French?
Do share.
Yeah, here you go. Did you know that French fries weren't made in France?
Really?
No, they were made in Greece.
Ah, I get it. That is definitely a bad one. Liner by Parkinson. Oh, what a play by Pup! Laying out, sacrificing the body, and out number 1 here in the 4th.
That wasn't a bad one. Nice diving play.
Looked like it was just going to be another hard hit line single for Matt Parkinson, and he's robbed of a base hit by Alex Pup.
Good extension.
Here's Kenny Rodriguez still looking for his first professional hit. 0 for 4 with a strikeout on Friday. And this one's to Pup, and he barely has to move for that one. No more diving for him. He can just take a step forward, and that's 2 lineouts to the shortstop and 2 outs. Brings up the second baseman, 9-hole hitter John Hodo. Hodo hitting .320 through 9 games this year. Still looking for his first home run. Does have 4 RBIs, though. A bunch of them coming in the last 7 days. Facing a 1-1 count. Ball and a strike, swing and a miss, 1-2.
John Hodo out of Linwood, Illinois.
This is his 3rd stint in the USPBL, 3rd season, I should say, not a stint. Check the swing. Did he go? He did not. He had the championship-winning walk-off hit against these Hoppers last season to win the Unicorns their 3rd USPBL championship in a row. Framed by Koziel, no. Hodo has worked the count full.
I believe they won 4 total already.
Center fielder Porter is shaded for Hodo to go the opposite way by about 20 or 15 yards, and a swing and a miss. It doesn't matter. Much needed 3 up, 3 down inning for Andrew Verbrugge as he gets his 3rd strikeout as well. We head to the home half of the 4th on the USPBL Network.
As your neighbor who works at Ascension, Michigan, and a cardiologist who's practiced for more than 20 years, I'm going to keep asking, how are you feeling today? Your care can't wait. Getting care sooner can mean catching things before they get worse. At Ascension, Michigan, our ERs and our hospitals and other sites of care are maintaining strict precautions for your safety. Studies have shown that people will get care sooner if they're encouraged by their doctors, family, and friends. Get the care you need at getascensionmichigancare.com.
Every summer, my family loves to have a neighborhood movie night in our backyard. And with my Chevy Blazer, I can head out and get everything we need for a great night. It has plenty of room for picking up friends, and the available hands-free liftgate is perfect for loading unhandy supplies. You know, it may be movie night, but my Blazer is the main attraction wherever I go.
Lease a 2022 Blazer 2LT for just $239 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
Our USPBL dance crew gets a loud cheer from the healthy crowd here today on Father's Day. Certainly not the biggest crowd that we've had for a game yet this year, but a pretty good one considering the holiday.
Yeah, it's nothing to sneeze at. Look at this. You got a lot of people filling the grandstands today, more so than the Chevy Pavilion.
So Montana goes out there to work on his 4th inning. First pitch to Noah Marcoux, 74 miles an hour, misses, ball 1.
Yeah, very packed.
Marcoux hits this one out to center. Moving over is Galassi to his left. Easy 1 up, 1 down. After Marcoux, it's Koziel and Lopez Rios, 7, 8, 9, just like the Unicorns here in the fourth. Koziel, a native of Orchard Park, New York. As we mentioned, gets his first public start today behind the plate as a catcher for the Hoppers, brought in for the college showcase, or from the college showcase, I should say. Was at St. Bonaventure for 2 years in college, a season at Akron, a season at Hartford. Grounds this one to second. Hodo scoop and fires 2 up, 2 down. And now the second baseman, Lopez Rios, comes up. Did not play. None of the bottom 3 in this Hoppers order played in the loss to the Unicorns on Friday. Lopez Rios played in 6 games before today this year, 3 for 21. Pops this one up. Going back is Sakopoulos. Hodo will call him off on the foul line. And Hodo, a busy inning for him. And 3 up, 3 down, 6 batters total in the fourth. A breezy one. We quickly head to the fifth on the USPBL Network.
Dunham Sports is a proud partner of the USPBL. Big names, low prices, delivering value since 1937.
At Fifth Third Bank, we're working hard to make banking a Fifth Third better, which means we put 166.7% into everything we do.
I think you can only give 110%.
Well, with free checking, fraud protection services, and an automatic savings tool to help you quickly reach your goals, 166.7% is possible.
Oh, wait till my 8th graders hear about this. They're gonna be like, it's not possible. But I'll guess it is.
This is banking, a Fifth Third better.
You dreamed of starting a company, not an HR department, but your business has grown fast, and so have the complexities of payroll and taxes, benefits administration, and other HR functions. That's why your business needs a professional employer organization like Tryon Solutions. Tryon provides businesses of all sizes access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Happy Father's Day to all the dads out here. Perhaps your son is playing in this game today. We've got a good one if he is. 4-2 Hoppers and Unicorns, and we know that no lead is safe when these two teams face each other, especially now in the top of the 5th inning, the top of the order due up for the Unicorns. Verbrugge curveball slider, that is, actually misses outside. Verbrugge, some good, some bad in this start. 2 runs on 6 hits, I should say. That slider finds the zone. Got hit around pretty hard in the first inning. 4 total hits, but only 1 run came across, so that was the good news for him. Another slider, 3 straight to Drew Galassi, another guy who you really don't want to throw a fastball to. He has been stellar this year at hitting fastballs. Quickly 2-1. There's a fastball. Galassi hopped on it, but foul. Chris Verbrugge on Facebook says, way to go, pup, talking about his defensive majesty last inning, a diving play. 2-2. Changeup popped up. Tough play, 3 fielders. It will be Marcoux who gets the ball in his glove for out number 1.
Good call off by Marcoux to take command over there in left field.
Adam De La Cruz now steps up behind Galassi. Fifth inning brought to you by none other than Fifth Third Bank on the USPBL network. First pitch, slider at 77 that time. Doesn't find the zone. Another one well framed by Koziel and in there, starting on the inner half and landing on the outer for Verbrugge. .90-mile-an-hour fastball low and away, just misses. Curveball 74 in there for strike two. 2 balls and 2 strikes on De La Cruz. Nobody on. Hard hit on the ground to third. Yadi Rivera is there. Throw over to Burke at first, 2 down.
Good fielded play over there by Yadi. Catching it off the one hop of grass.
So since we talked about Verbrugge's 4-hit, 1-run first inning, since then he has retired 11 of the next 13 batters, and that's now 8 in a row for him. This one's into the gap by Childress, going back to the warning track as Porter making the grab 2 steps in front of the wall, a dangerous one. And that's the 9th in a row retired by Verbrugge. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and still a good one, 4-2, the Hoppers lead.
There are things you can rely on in this world, like your dog being happy to see you, coffee getting you through the day, and the government changing business regulations. And when it comes to navigating those regulations, you can rely on Tryon and its team of attorneys. Tryon can also tackle time-consuming HR tasks like payroll and employee benefits, so you can stay focused on growing your business. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
Always rely on Tryon.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
Jimmy John's Field is the perfect venue for birthday parties, summer picnics, company outings, and provides the best entertainment in Metro Detroit with great baseball all summer long. Spend your summer nights under the lights at Jimmy John's Field in historic downtown Utica.
We're back and ready for the bottom of the 5th, and when it's time for baseball, it's time for beer. Two Hearted Ale has been named the #1 beer in America for the past 4 years by members of the American Homebrewers Association. Play ball with the best. Two Hearted Ale, the iconic American IPA from Bell's Brewery, Comstock, Michigan. Please drink responsibly. Alex Pup due up for the Hoppers, top of the order. First pitch to him, as Jean Montaner is still out there working on his 5th inning. A decent pitching battle between him and Andrew Verbrugge. Obviously not low scoring, but that's kind of what's made it fun. We've seen some good and some bad for both pitchers. The 0-1, outside 0-2.
It's good to see them give a little bit of error to their starts, see how they adjust to it.
Sorry, I misspoke. It's 1-1 on Pup. And that one misses, 2-1. So halfway through this game, scoreboard reads 2 runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Corns. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Hoppers. Been a sound defensive game. This one's hard hit on the ground to Lambert at short. Ranging is Sakopoulos on the grab and 1 down.
That was a good pick by Sakopoulos.
Pup goes down for the third time today in as many at-bats. Tough day for him. Porter also had a tough day. It's been everybody that's pretty much had a good day other than the top two. Porter has struck out looking twice here for his third plate appearance in the fifth.
Although he's looking pretty good in the field. A couple nice plays out there in center.
He had that last catch to end the visiting half of the fifth, way out there on the warning track in deepest left center. Swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. Breaking ball, 73, misses, 1-1. Next one also misses, 2-1. Similar pattern to last at bat. Some movement in the Unicorns bullpen. No action yet, though. Inside, 3-1 on Porter. We're expecting out of the pen today for the Unicorns Neil Freeman, as we mentioned, over today from the Mammoths. Keon Taylor, who's typically on the Unicorns, has had a really good year so far. And Jesse Galindo from the Beavers. Porter fouls the 3-1 back. Count is now full. As Mitch Aker, when he joined us in the second inning, said the Unicorns were hoping for 4 or 5 innings out of Jean. And he walks Porter on the 3-2. We're here in the fifth with 1 down and 1 on. Joe Burke. Solo shot for him last inning. Pop out in the first.
His 4th homer of the year.
That's just the 2nd walk today for Moontanner. Burke behind 0-1. Nice pitch, well located, low and away. That's the slider from Jean, 0-2. 5 strikeouts for him today. Way ahead, 6 on Joe Burke. Hard hit, but foul down the third base side. Porter waits over at first. Sikopoulos holds him there. Porter only 1 stolen base on the season. And Montaigne is worried about it. We've seen him do that a lot. His move to first is usually more precautionary and just to work the runner back a little bit. Not exactly trying to actually get a pickoff out. That one gets by Parkinson, and Porter eases over to second. 1-2 on Burke. Not too often do we see Joe Burke behind 0-2 in a count. Really likes to make pitchers come to him. And a lot of pitchers don't like to, with just how successful he's been at the plate. They don't give him a lot of good pitches to look at. When they do, he does tend to punish them, as he did in the 3rd inning with the solo blast that hit the left field foul pole. 1-2, swings at this one, little pop up to Hodo. He's there for out number 2.
It's like he just got it on the handle. Didn't quite reach the black in the barrel.
Brings up Yadi Rivera. 1 for 2 today. Struck out in the 3rd. Single and a run scored back in the 2nd inning. Rivera from Rio Grande, Puerto Rico. 3 seasons at UNOH, Northwestern Ohio, before coming here. Ball drops in the dirt, but trapped by Parkinson, 1-0. It's a guy who we've talked about already, but we know is almost certain to showcase some power this year. Has just such a beautiful, smooth, and natural swing with a great sound off the bat. The 1-0. In on the hands, flare foul.
'76 now here in downtown Utica. Very blissful. Very comfortable for these fans.
A ball and a strike to Yachty. Way inside. Did he clip him? No. Ball just broke away from Yachty, but not into the zone. 2-1. That one's outside. 3-1.
Rivera's got one to work with here.
Yachty over at third for the Hoppers, was a Gold Glove winner in college at Northwestern Ohio. I believe Ryan Kotke told us he won a Gold Glove twice. 3-1. Ground ball to second. Hodo's there, an easy routine play. So the Hoppers get a runner, and he is stranded out there. 2 outs after that for 3 outs total, and we go to the 6th on the USPBL Network.
Every summer, my family loves to have a neighborhood movie night in our backyard. And with my Chevy Blazer, I can head out and get everything we need for a great night. It has plenty of room for picking up friends, and the available hands-free liftgate is perfect for loading unhandy supplies. You know, it may be movie night, but my Blazer is the main attraction wherever I go.
Lease a 2022 Blazer 2LT for just $239 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
Check your checking. If your account doesn't get you pumped, amped, or geeked, make the switch to Genius Checking from Genesis Credit Union. It's just genius.
Ari Sakopoulos will lead things off here in the top of the 6th. Still 4-2 Hoppers. We haven't had a run scored since the 3rd. The pitchers, Andrew Verbrugge and Jean Montaner, have shut down things for the offenses on both respective sides. Verbrugge has retired 9 in a row.
They've both been looking pretty sharp today.
He goes out there for inning number 6. And his last start only went 5, so we'll see how long he can go into the 6th here. Has the meat of the order to face 4-5-6. First pitch to the lefty, Sakopoulos, outside 86.
We were talking in the pregame about how long we were thinking Verbrugge is going to go, and this is right about where we projected it.
He's hot right now. Second pitch, another fastball away, 2-0. Going to be tough for Verbrugge to take down Sakopoulos right now, later in the start. That one's way out to center. Going back is Porter. Did he do it again? You betcha! Ari Sakopoulos. This guy just doesn't stop. His 6th home run of the year, way out in front of anybody else in the USPBL, and he's made it a 1-run ball game.
Dead center field. He got a hold of that one.
400 plus into the shrubbery, and Ari Sakopoulos does it again. When that count got to 2-0 after 2 missed two-seamers from Verbrugge, we knew he was in danger having to pitch to Ari. And that's exactly what happened. It's the first one we've seen him or anybody take to dead, and I mean dead center. Castro with a huge swing. He wants to get in on the action, but he misses. It's 1-1 on him. 7th hit of the day for the Unicorns. They're out hitting the Hoppers. The Hoppers only have 4 hits themselves, but the Corns trail 4-3. Four-seam fastball misses, 2-1.
Verbrugge was down 2-0 in that count, and he was tiptoeing around him the entire day, as he respectfully should. But like you said, he got in danger and floated one right over the heart of the plate, and Sakopoulos took it for a ride.
Good curve in there. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Castro. Another one under it. Foul ball back to the screen on the first base dugout. The 2-2. Left-handed batter's box misses, 3-2. Payoff pitch to Castro, and he walked him. So a leadoff home run for Sakopoulos, followed by a full count walk to Leandy Castro, brings up Kevin Lambert.
Just the first walk of the day for Brugge.
3 strikeouts to combat that. First pitch cuts across the plate. Lambert didn't like it. Took some exception to it, but it's strike 1.
Lambert a single and ground out.
Castro, the runner at first. Not a guy who you would expect to have a ton of speed, 6'2", 225. But we saw him try to steal third once this year. It resulted in a wild throw from Josh Wannenberg of the Beavers. And then Castro was able to score in a pickoff move over there. Looks like he's threatening to go down to second.
Castro out there in right field for the defense. He's got to have a little bit of speed to track those balls down.
The 1-1, there goes Castro, and Koziel couldn't come up with it. He dropped it, so the second stolen base of the year for Leandy Castro.
It's a good look at it. He does have some wheels.
2-1, swing and a miss for Lambert. 2-2. Looks like Eddington is getting warm in the Hoppers bullpen. Lambert smacks that curveball foul to the umbrellas over in the right field sign. Broke his bat, shattered over to third. Yachty looks Castro back to second and fires to first for out number 1.
Alex Pup got out of the way of the bat heading towards him. Tried to cover third. That was most of the bat. Flung out to
that's
short.
Like just above the hands, and it's right where it broke. You can see Adrian Guzman holding the handle. That's about all that's left of that bat. So Lambert is retired on the ground out to third. Castro still over there at second. Parkinson up 0 for 2 today. Ground out and a line out. He had the line out to Pup where he was utterly robbed of a base hit on the sprawling play by Pup over there at short. The ball 1 to Parkinson. Curveball, bottom of the zone. Strike one. Verbrugge really has that curve and slider moving today. Seems to be leaning on the curve a little bit more. The 1-1. Fastball right to first, and it scoots off of the stomach of Burke and into foul territory. Castro's going to score standing up. Parkinson all the way over to second. The large foul territory left a lot of room for Schellenberger to cover, and it's a infield double for Parkinson and an RBI at that, and we've got a tie game at 4.
That was a tough play over there for Joe Burke to field it cleanly after it scooted up towards his chest and took a wicked hop into the big foul territory, which allowed Parkinson to get to second base safely.
We haven't really seen it today. It was a conversation we had yesterday. The dirt with the heat lately and the infield grass on the infield just so hard, very bouncy balls for a lot of those chopped ground balls. And that was the first time we've really seen it here on Sunday. We said it a couple innings ago, no lead is safe. We went scoreless through the 4th and 5th, and now 2 on the board and counting here in the top of the 6th for the Corns. Verbrugge's day might be done soon. The 1-1 to Rodriguez fouled back 1-2.
Looks like Carson Ferry is the hopper arm warming up.
We weren't expecting to see Ferry necessarily today. We thought he might start on Thursday. Could go only an inning for the Hoppers today. The 1-2 up and in on Rodriguez.
Pop-out line-out for Rodriguez today.
One fouled off the mask of Koziel, still 2-2. Rodriguez, as we mentioned, 2 seasons at Little Rock, 1 at Weber International, a fantastic offensive player at Weber, led them in literally almost every offensive category. Helped get them to their first ever appearance in the NAIA Baseball World Series. The 2-2 waves at that one and misses. Rodriguez down for the 3rd time today, just what the doctor ordered for Verbrugge. And he might get to stay out there to finish the 6th with that strikeout.
It's a good-looking strikeout, a tailing away slider.
Low and away it was placed. Looks like Verbrugge's at least going to go against John Hodo. We'll see what he can do here with 2 outs. Runner on second is Parkinson. 2 have come across already here in the 6th. Another slider in there for a strike. And the 0-1. Curveball misses. Hodo today 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Curveball got under it, popped it up, going back. And making the grab was Schellenberger. That was Juan Lopez Rios going back. And so Verbrugge gives up 2 in the 6th. His day is likely done. The Unicorns tie it. We head to the home half of the 6th with the Hoppers coming up on the other side of the USPBL network.
Every summer, my family loves to have a neighborhood movie night in our backyard. And with my Chevy Blazer, I can head out and get everything we need for a great night. It has plenty of room for picking up friends, and the available hands-free liftgate is perfect for loading unhandy supplies. You know, it may be movie night, but my Blazer is the main attraction wherever I go.
Lease a 2022 Blazer 2LT for just $239 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
We build roads, bridges, wind farms, and pipelines, schools to skyscrapers. Our members create monuments. We operate. We're the operators and mechanics behind the advanced heavy machines that move Michigan forward. We maintain boilers and HVAC, Our members run the complex heating and cooling systems that we all depend on. Our training is second to none, and safety is our priority. We are Operating Engineers 324, and we keep Michigan running.
The Unicorns get 2 in the top of the 6th. That makes it a 4-4 ball game. Jean Moutaner's day is done, and that brings in someone we talked about earlier, Neil Freeman for the Unicorns. Or excuse me, that's Jesse Galindo, actually. We still might get to see Freeman later. Galindo comes in, a 24-year-old from North Hollywood, California, has a fastball, changeup, curve, and slider. 5 appearances for the Beavers this year. His first appearance with the Unicorns in only. He's only on the Unicorns for today to help them out as some of their arms are down. 8 innings, 7 earned runs. That's a 7.88 ERA. 2 walks to 7 strikeouts. Has given up a couple bombs this year. 3 home runs. Now we'll take a moment to step aside for our Freaky Fast Facts, brought to you by Jimmy John's. To date, the most expensive musical instrument ever sold was a cello for a whopping $20 million.
Cello of all instruments, too.
Wow. The first and only band to play on all 7 continents is Metallica.
I actually heard that one before.
Wow. Studies have shown that music can help plants grow. I believe it.
I believe
music can help with a lot.
Yeah. Especially like some upbeat music.
Yeah. A cello. I would have guessed like a piano or like a
guitar.
A guitar, yeah. Bass guitar or something would be the most expensive. I don't know, like Jimi Hendrix guitar.
Yeah, or like a Eddie Van Halen guitar.
Yeah, cello though. I wonder whose it was and why it was $20 million.
Look that up.
Schellenbarger, Kreitzer, and Marcoux due up for the Hoppers. First pitch from Galindo, 82 miles an hour. 1-0, that one misses. Schellenbarger deep to right, going back. Castro at the track, caught it at the wall. Hard hit off the bat of Schellenbarger. That's exactly where he put his first home run. He put a ground rule double over there on Friday as well. And now a deep, deep fly out to right. No wind for Schellenbarger to get a boost from, and it's 1 out.
No help from the wind, and maybe a few more dumbbell curls that would have been over the wall.
Not that he necessarily needs any more. Schellenbarger, a big dude. Here's another big dude, Nick Kreitzer.
Schellenbarger 6'2", 225, and Nick Kreitzer 6'4", 285.
Kreitzer checked the swing, didn't go around. 2 balls, no strikes. Bottom 6th, tied at 4 here at Jimmy John's Field.
Big country guys.
Breaking ball above the zone for Galindo. He's only thrown 5 pitches, one of them a fly out, the rest haven't found the strike zone. Kreitzer way ahead 3-0. He does have the green light here. And that 2-seamer misses, and a 4-pitch walk.
It's the second one of the day.
Galindo's first walk in his second batter faced. So now 1 on, 1 out for Noah Marcoux. The Hoppers have responded every time the Unicorns have scored after they got on the board first with just 1 run in the first inning. Marcoux, first pitch swinging to first. Sakopoulos, barehanded flip to second, back to first, and it's over the head of Galindo covering the bag, and Marcoux will easily get over to second as Hodo grabs the ball in foul territory. So Sakopoulos with a nice play. Galindo couldn't quite get over in time. That was a tough throw from Lambert covering the bag at second on the double play. And the Unicorns just get 1, and Marcoux gets all the way over to second base on the wild throw.
It was an impressive play by Sakopoulos. Let's not let that go unnoticed. A tough hop, barehands it, flips it over to second.
That goes in as the first error of the day for the Unicorns to Kevin Lambert. So that's still an offer for Marcoux, a fielder's choice. And then an error as he gets all the way over to second. The first pitch way wide to Kozak. So as we were saying before, the Hoppers have responded every time in this game that the Unicorns have scored. They got 1 run in the first. The Hoppers followed that up with 3 in the second. And then the Unicorns put up another run in the third. And in the bottom half of that third inning, the Hoppers responded with a solo shot from Joe Burke. This one to a diving Lambert on his knees way over to first. And that's way over the head of Sakopoulos. And just like that, the Hoppers respond. Marcoux comes around to score, and Kozak goes over to second as that ball landed out of play in the Unicorns' dugout. 2 throwing errors from Lambert. Can't really discredit him for that. Those are 2 tough plays to make.
Good front half of that play, good fielding, bad throws on both ends.
A fantastic sprawling stop deep in the hole at short. Popped up to a knee. Couldn't get the throw over there. That goes on the board as a hit. Makes a little more sense on that one than the last one. A really tough play to make. First pitch swinging Lopez Rios. So they give both a hit and an error. 2 errors in the inning for Lambert. The 0-1 to Lopez Rios. Dotted bottom of the zone, 2-seam fastball, 0-2.
Lopez Rios, a single and an RBI today.
This one's on the ground to third, charging, fielding, firing De La Cruz for out number 3. So the Hoppers put 1 on the board on a couple throwing errors from the Unicorns. They retake the lead, 5-4, 7th inning coming up.
Every summer, my family loves to have a neighborhood movie night in our backyard. And with my Chevy Blazer, I can head out and get everything we need for a great night. It has plenty of room for picking up friends, and the available hands-free liftgate is perfect for loading unhandy supplies. You know, it may be movie night, but my Blazer is the main attraction wherever I go.
Lease a 2022 Blazer 2LT for just $239 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
We build roads, bridges, wind farms and pipelines, schools to skyscrapers. Our members create monuments. We operate. We're the operators and mechanics behind the advanced heavy machines that move Michigan forward. We maintain boilers and HVAC. Our members run the complex heating and cooling systems that we all depend on. Our training is second to none, and safety is our priority. We are Operating Engineers 324, and we keep Michigan running.
Let's help our furry friends in need. This weekend, our friends at Chevy Detroit are collecting pet supplies that will directly benefit Fido and Fluffy's Rescue, a local animal shelter. If you have tickets to a game here at Jimmy John's Field, please bring a donation and place it in the red Chevy Silverado tailgate pickup truck out in the front of the ballpark, or you can stop into any local Metro Detroit Chevy dealership to make a donation. For a wish list and more information, visit chevydetroit.com/pickups-4-pause. That's chevydetroit.com/pickups-FOR-PAWS. So a pitching change for the Hoppers. They've got a 5-4 lead. Andrew Verbrugge with a decent day. Some good, some bad. 6 innings total, 8 hits scattered, 4 runs came across, a walk and 4 strikeouts. Some soft contact, some hard contact, and 4 on the board for the Unicorns. But his team's got the lead, and Carson Ferry takes over on the bump.
Carson Ferry, a very solid pitcher for this Hopper team.
Ferry is someone that Mitch Aker mentioned as a player who might be able to leave the USPBL and sign with a major league organization sometime soon. First pitch, 92-mile-an-hour fastball, dotted low and away to Galassi for strike 1. Ferry works 4 seams, slider, and a curveball. Slider's sort of a newer pitch for him that he kind of just randomly started throwing in a game recently. And there's a big curve, 77, 0-2. Got Galassi way out in front. He does have a changeup. He's thrown it 1 time for 1 pitch this year. Lefty-lefty matchup, 0-2. Fastball elevated. Couldn't come up with it, 1-2.
There's something to note about Carson Ferry. He's very stingy about giving up hits. Opponent batting average is only a .94.
12 walks to 20 strikeouts this year in 16 innings of work. The 1-2 now. Breaking ball in the dirt. Slider misses. Ferry, a sub-3 ERA, only 5 earned runs in his 5 appearances before today. Top of the 7th, he's working with a 1-run lead. The leadoff hitter, Galassi, facing a 2-2. Curveball hit hard out to right, and that will drop in front of Schellenbarger for a leadoff single. De La Cruz now steps up. 1 for 3, a single and a run scored in the 3rd. Other than that, a ground out and a strikeout. Ferry's going to have to pay attention to Galassi over there at first with some speed. Not in a steal situation necessarily right now, but he's certainly going to try to come across and tie this game up. Big swing on the first pitch for De La Cruz, way behind the 90-mile-an-hour fastball. The 0-1. Another one. Fastball. 89. Blew it by him. Ferry was quickly ahead 0-2 on Galassi, and he fought back to a 2-2 count and got a base hit after that. Now ahead 0-2 on De La Cruz. In the dirt, Galassi thought about going. Koziel does a good job to keep it in front of 1 on De La Cruz. A run in the 1st and the 3rd and 2 in the 6th for the Unicorns gives them 4. 3 runs in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 6th for the Hoppers gives them 5. That's where we are now here at the start of the top of the 7th. The 1-2, hit on the ground to short, charging is Pup. He won't go to second, just to first to get 1 out. Galassi with some speed easily cruises into second base. So a ground out advances the runner, but 1 down, bringing up Noah Childress.
That was a smart play by Alex Pup to just let Galassi get to second base. He's very quick and take the sure out at first.
Pup's had a good defensive day at short. Hasn't been too busy. We have seen 1 web gem from him, a sprawling catch in the air to stop Matt Parkinson, the catcher for the Unicorns, from getting a hit. Childress has had a good day, 2 for 3, a single. 2 singles, that is, in the 1st and 2nd innings, both over there to right field. Flew out to center, deep center in the 5th. He's behind 0-1. Ferry's done a good job early of getting ahead on all these hitters. Fastball in the dirt, 1-1.
Some more action in the Hopper pen. Like we said, Carson Ferry might only go 1 inning.
Childress, 345 average, a 1043 OPS through 10 games this year. That one's above the zone. Curveball misses. Koziel will talk it over with Ferry. Looks like Koziel wasn't quite expecting the curveball. He got crossed up with the signs. Just a clarification. 2-1 on Childress, who's got 2 home runs and 9 RBIs this year. Had a home run earlier in the week against the Beavers. A little bit of a wind beneficiary. 2-1 with 1 down. Thought about going. It was middle, but missed on the outside. Wow. 3-1. I thought that one was over the heart.
Looks good.
Home plate umpire disagrees. 3-1 now on Childress. Fastball fouled back. Most of this crowd has remained today at Jimmy John's Field. We've had a healthy one. The full count to Childress. Couldn't come up with it. Ferry walks him. 13th walk of the year. He's got 20 strikeouts ahead. Feels like the first time in a while we've seen Ferry walk somebody. And now, the big man, the dangerous hitter, the one nobody wants to face, Ari Sakopoulos, already a deep shot, 420-foot home run to dead center his last time up back in the 6th. That gave the Unicorns their 4th run. First pitch is a fastball low and away. This is one of the few guys in Carson Ferry who I think has a better chance than most for the fastball to get by Sakopoulos. We did see Verbrugge blowing by him earlier, and Sakopoulos gave him credit on the strikeout. That was in Sakopoulos' second at-bat in the 3rd inning.
He changed the elevation to get him to swing at the fastball. Sakopoulos then, in his next plate appearance, drills one to deep center field and gets his 2nd RBI of the day.
And we'll call that a draw between Sakopoulos and Verbrugge today. He's ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. 2 runners on, just 1 out. The 2-0. Swing and a miss, a big wave. Sakopoulos, you can see he wanted that one. 3 fastballs in a row from Ferry. It's 2-1. Galassi is over at second. Childress is over at first. Breaking ball doesn't find the zone. Man, it is a tight strike zone right now. 3-1 again. Sakopoulos was watching it all the way. Surprised to not see him pounce on that hung curveball. 3-1 now. Fastball, no. Walked him. Back-to-back walks, and now nowhere to put him. Bases loaded for Leandy Castro.
It's going to be a talk on the mound. Think things over to see how they can get around Leandy.
So here comes Ryan Kotke as well. Only 1/3 inning already for Ferry. Not sure if his day is done. He is. Kotke wants to save his ace arm right now. Ferry just didn't quite have it today. Some of the stuff looked good, but he got hit through the top of the order. We'll step aside for a Jimmy John's pitching change from downtown Utica. When we come back, it's Hoppers versus Unicorns in the USPBL Network.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off orders of 20 or more.
At Fifth Third Bank, we're working hard to make banking a Fifth Third better. With free checking and fraud protection services, 166.7% is possible.
166.7.
This is banking, a Fifth Third better.
How do these business owners find the time for peace of mind? Because they rely on Tryon to handle difficult and time-consuming HR tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and more. Working with Tryon, one of the nation's top professional employer organizations, provides access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans and its team of attorneys and HR experts. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Pitching change at Jimmy John's. Carson Ferry only goes 1/3 of an inning. He got Adam De La Cruz, the second batter he faced, to ground out to short. But Galassi led things off with a single, and then Childress and Sakopoulos reached on back-to-back walks for Ferry, and Ryan Kotke wants to preserve his arm. He'll bring in the setup man, Luke Drummond, 22-year-old out of Tampa, Florida, a young prospect who has looked good and has a lot of potential. This guy could be a budding star in this league, I think. 6 appearances this year, hasn't had a start, been all in relief, a sub-3 ERA through 7 innings of work, just 3 walks and 7 Ks. Inherits a bases-loaded jam right now and a tough guy to face in Leandy Castro. First pitch in on the hands, ball 1. Castro 1 for 2 today. Swings there behind 1-1. Had a single in the first, a sacrifice fly for an RBI in the third, and a walk last inning. Only 1 out. The 1-1 fouled back, just jumps over the screen. 1-2 to Castro. Drummond has both fastballs, a 2-4 seam, a curve, and a split change. He hasn't thrown much. Mainly relies on both fastballs and the curveball. There's a 2-seamer and a nice one, 89 for a much-needed strikeout on Leandy Castro. Drummond's 8th of the year, 2nd out here in the top of the 7th.
Well-needed strikeout. Back to the $20 million cello. We got a little sidetracked.
Did you do some research?
I did. A Stradivarius cello housed at the Spanish Royal Palace in Madrid was broken in an accident, and the instrument was worth more than $20 million.
Wow. Accidents happen, huh?
Yeah, apparently. And it's worth a lot of money if it happens to an instrument.
Lambert, this one's going to drop and score at least one. Galassi comes around. Here's Childress rumbling home. Sakopoulos slides into third, and the Unicorns retake the lead. They score 2 on the single from Lambert, and it's 6-5.
It's a good shot on the left field line where Noah Marcoux was him a lot of room out there. Took advantage of it, 2 RBI single.
Galassi scores for the 2nd time today. Childress has made it all the way around to third and second, been stranded twice. He scores for his first time, and a big 2 RBI single for Kevin Lambert. Puts runners on the corners with 2 down. First pitch by Parkinson, a little flare fouled on the first base line. Matt Parkinson has been so clutch and has so many good hits this year. He's already got a double today. The 0-1, hard hit in on the hands, foul, 0-2. Parkinson had that kind of, I don't want to say fluke double, but that bouncing ball that hit Joe Burke and bounced off of his upper body way into foul territory towards right field. That gave so much time for Parkinson to get over there to second base.
Guess it was a universe trade-off after being robbed by Alex Pup on the other hard hit ball, and then he Spider-Man to grab.
2 down, 1 and 2 on Parkinson. Sakopoulos over at third, and Kevin Lambert over there at first. Lambert's 2 for 4 today, a single, 2 singles that is, and Parkinson pops this one up out of play. Singled to start things off for his day back in the first. Those 2 RBIs are just Lambert's 3rd and 4th of the year. Parkinson after today, 11 for 23. Swing and a miss. Luke Drummond gets 2 very necessary strikeouts, but not before Kevin Lambert comes up big with the bases loaded and retakes the lead for the Unicorns as it's stretch time here in between the top and bottom half of the 7th from Jimmy John's Field and everybody's favorite part. Take Me Out to the Ball Game by Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Stretch time here. We've got a good one again between the Hoppers and the Unicorns. 6-5. We'll be right back on the USBBL Network.
While credit cards help pay for everyday expenses, carrying a balance each month can be tough on your budget. Since interest rates compound daily, the amount you owe gets bigger and bigger each day the balance goes unpaid. A Green Path debt management program helps you regain control of your finances by lowering credit card interest rates, reducing your monthly payments, stopping late fees, improving overall financial health, paying off credit card debt in 5 years or less. Our caring certified counselors work with you to understand your financial picture and support you on the steps to get control of high-interest debt and achieve financial health. Call 844-572-5921 and get control of high-interest credit card debt today.
Every summer, my family loves to have a neighborhood movie night in our backyard. And with my Chevy Blazer, I can head out and get everything we need for a great night. It has plenty of room for picking up friends, and the available hands-free liftgate is perfect for loading unhandy supplies. You know, it may be movie night, but my Blazer is the main attraction wherever I go.
Lease a 2022 Blazer 2LT for just $239 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
Alex Pup leads things off for the 3rd inning today for him. He's 0 for 3, strikeout, flyout, groundout in innings 1, 2, and 5. Here down a run in the bottom of the 7th, 72-mile-an-hour breaking ball from Galindo misses for ball 1. So the Unicorns put up 2 in the 7th after loading the bases on the RBI. Single from Kevin Lambert and have retaken the lead in what's been a good game all day here on Father's Day. Strike 1 now to Pup.
It's been back and forth all day long with both offenses producing for their pitchers.
5 hits for the Hoppers. They've stranded 4. 10 hits for the Corns. They've stranded 7. The 1-1 inside misses. Low and in, 2-1. Hayden Wessa on YouTube says, this is a good game. That's certainly right. Steven Nadushko says, yeah, Lil Rye, tie game now. Let's go Corns. Christopher Brugge, we're glad to see you on YouTube after the Facebook feed died. Having some technical difficulties over there. We're trying to sort that out right now. Swing and a miss from Pup, 2-2. Page Pack says, nah, bro, the Hoppers are coming back.
There's been 5 lead changes, so
they've responded every time that the Unicorns have scored, and the Unicorns just scored in the 7th. Two, swing and a miss. Alex Pup, not quite his day. 2nd strikeout today, 0 for 4. Out number 1 in the bottom of the 7th. Brings up Blake Porter. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts and a walk. Like we said, back in the fifth, the top two, Pup and Porter, uncharacteristically have struggled today. First pitch to Porter is outside for ball 1.
Between those two, only the walk by Porter is the only positive thing to show for them.
Porter barrels this one foul into the ground. .286 average for him coming into today. Ball and a strike. Way outside from Galindo, 69 miles an hour. He floated it in there for a ball. When he does go sidearm, that's usually when he throws that slider. There's a fastball. He's a two-slot guy, Galindo. Comes over the top occasionally. Around the league, a lot of people think he's better with that three-quarter sidearm slot. There's a fastball that gets away from him on the 3-1, so a walk to Porter after the strikeout to Pup. Second walk today for Galindo, and a much-needed base runner for the Hoppers. Not the guy you want to see after putting the tying run on base. Stepping up to bat, if you're the Unicorns, it's Joe Burke, who's already got a solo shot today. 1 for 3. Hit the left field foul pole. Back in the third inning, we've seen each foul pole get dinged in the last 24 hours.
Back-to-back days.
Houston Parker had a grand slam in Game 1 of the doubleheader yesterday, which was a fantastic game if you missed it. Burke fouls this one back. His grand slam hit the base of the foul pole and at 320 feet in right field, and Burke hit about a quarter of the way up at the 315 foul pole in left today. Yesterday's game was a doozy, a sudden death winner for the Beavers, who were in the field in the 7th inning, which was the final inning of that game. Burke behind 0-2. Outside, Parkinson thought about throwing down to Porter at first and didn't. On a bases-loaded double play, a 4-2-3-2 double play to end the ball game it was.
Something you don't see very often.
A ball and 2 strikes to Burke, and wow. That one is a called third strike. We have had an interesting zone is the best way I can put it today. Now 2 outs for Yadi Rivera. It's Galindo's second strikeout of the inning and of this appearance. It just seems like the zone all week has been tight, which is, it's been consistent, and in that one seemed a half ball or a ball outside the plate as Rivera looks at a called strike 1.
It's really making the pitchers work and try to locate the small zone.
0-1 to Rivera. Chopped past Galindo, charging his Hodo. He'll field and flip to first for out number 3. So the Hoppers get a base runner, but for the first time today, they don't answer with some runs of their own in the same inning as the Unicorns. And now the Unicorns bat in the top of the 8th with a 1-run lead when we come back.
As your neighbor who works at Ascension, Michigan, and a cardiologist who's practiced for more than 20 years, I'm going to keep asking, how are you feeling today? Your care can't wait. Getting care sooner can mean catching things before they get worse. At Ascension, Michigan, our ERs and our hospitals and other sites of care are maintaining strict precautions for your safety. Studies have shown that people will get care sooner if they're encouraged by their doctors, family, and friends. Get the care you need at getascensionmichigancare.com.
First State Bank is a locally owned and operated business. We're part of your community. At fsbcares.com, you'll find ways that we're making a difference by featuring locally owned and operated businesses, providing access to helpful financial resources, and engaging with community. FSBcares.com is part of our commitment to the neighborhood because strong neighbors mean stronger communities.
Where good neighbors do great things.
Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
So Luke Drummond came in with 1 out in the 7th, inheriting a bases-loaded jam. He induced a strikeout from Leandy Castro, and then Kevin Lambert came up clutch with a 2 RBI single. Drummond was able to get out of the inning with another strikeout to Matt Parkinson. That leaves us here at a 6-5 ball game in the top of the 8th. Kenny Rodriguez up now, looks at a called strike 1. Hodo and Galassi waiting on deck behind him. Rodriguez 0 for 3 today. Pop out, line out, strikeout. And looks at a called strike 2. He doesn't like that call. And I got to say, I just want to bring up, obviously, when hitters get called strikes on them and they disagree with the call, that's understandable that they just want to stay up there at the plate, and they don't always like, and some of them are strikes and some of them aren't. But with a guy like Joe Burke, who from what I have seen has the best eye of anybody in the league right now for pitches near the zone, when you see him upset, usually no, that's not
good
as close to the plate as some other ones.
It's good credibility.
Rodriguez fouls the 1-2 back to stay alive. Here it is again. Oh, and he hit him. Drummond with a tough curveball ahead in the count, 1-2. Not what you need there if you're the Hoppers. A hit batter and a leadoff runner for the Unicorns.
Hodo struggling at the plate today. Ground out, strikeout, fly out.
He's been really good lately.
Yes, he has.
For the Unicorns. In the game on Friday, he was 2 for 4 with an RBI and 2 strikeouts. He went 2 for 3 with a walk and 3 RBIs in the Unicorns game against the Beavers on Thursday. He's really turned it around after a relatively slow start for him. And he's ahead 2 balls and no strikes here.
Man, Noah Marcoux out there in left field has been giving a lot of right-handed batters that left field line.
The whole outfield shaded to play Hodo to go the other way. The throw down to Burke. He wasn't ready for it. Koziel tried to pick off Rodriguez, and with some speed, he's going to get all the way to third as Schellenbarger grabs it up against the foul line, and a big, crucial mistake for the Hoppers puts the leadoff runner on third with nobody out, and a 3-0 count to Jonathan Hodo. We've seen Hodo, as we were talking about, the outfielders shifted the opposite way as he takes a 4-pitch walk. We've seen him go the opposite way a lot this year. That's why they were shaded that way. Doesn't even get to put a bat on the ball this time on the 4-pitch walk, and danger, 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 top of the order for the Unicorns. Perhaps the best stretch of 4 or 5 hitters in the league, due up with nobody out and runners on the corners. First pitch inside, Galassi scoots out of the way.
Galassi, De La Cruz, Childress, Sakopoulos, Castro is just a nightmare for Drummond with nobody out.
Movement in the Hoppers bullpen. Looks like Michael DeSanti over there. The ball 1 to Galassi. Inside half, missed again, 2-0. 6 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for the Unicorns. 5 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Hoppers. Unicorns in prime position to add to that total. Fly ball to center. This is going to score the run. Porter is ready to make the grab and does just in front of the warning track in left center field. Rodriguez scores easily, so another RBI on the sac fly from Drew Galassi makes it a 2-run game.
Lots of sac flies today on both sides of the field.
That's our third today between the two teams. So just the first out here in the top of the 8th for the Hoppers. De La Cruz up with Hodo on first. Big cut and miss on the first pitch. Now the 0-1. Fastball tails inside, missing the zone at 87, 1-1.
Drummond could get out of this inning with only 1 run given up with a double play here.
Foul of Koziel. A ball and 2 strikes on De La Cruz. A double play would be exactly what the doctor is ordering right here. If you're a Hoppers fan, One-two on De La Cruz, fouled back again. He's on top of that fastball. Right back to the screen it goes. De La Cruz has already reached and scored today, a single and a run scored in the 3rd. That's the only time he's been on the base path. It's a strikeout along with 2 groundouts. Another fastball elevated, popped him up. It will get back to the seats, back-to-back foul balls. De La Cruz stays alive. The buzz still going of a pretty full stadium here at Jimmy John's Field. We've got a good one. De La Cruz deep to left at the warning track, and making the grab is Marcoux a couple steps onto it. That ball looked like it had home run distance off the bat, and instead it's just out number 2.
Definitely sounded like it off the bat. Big crack off the barrel, but just couldn't get enough of it.
And a much-needed out for Luke Drummond. That probably made his heart skip a beat or two the way it jumped off the bat. And Noah Childress steps up, another guy who can get that ball to jump off the bat. Has reached 3 times today. He's 2 for 3. 2 singles and a walk. First pitch, this one's out to center. Porter ranging over to his left. And a nice grab for the athletic Blake Porter out there. So just 1 run comes across. We head to the bottom of the 8th, running out of time, and a good one. Just like on Friday, 7-5, the Unicorns lead the Hoppers. We'll be right back.
Why are all these business owners smiling? Because they rely on Tryon to handle difficult and time-consuming HR tasks like payroll, benefits administration, and more. Working with one of the nation's top professional employer organizations provides access to top-tier healthcare and employee benefit plans and Tryon's team of attorneys and HR experts. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
We joined Green Path and instantly felt a support around us.
They developed a plan on paper, and this is how we're going to do it.
The plan that they gave me was something that was sustainable. It was something I could do. It was actually lowering my payments monthly by hundreds of dollars.
Choosing Green Path is a no-brainer.
We're for people, the pioneers, the underdogs, the players, and the slow and steadies. We're for people, for who they are and who they could become. Yes, we're a bank, and some say our business is all about money, but that's an old idea. Because look past the money, and you'll see real human lives. We see it, because we're for people. Huntington, welcome.
Jesse Galindo goes 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts, and Perry Bewley will take over here in the 8th.
Just celebrated his birthday yesterday.
Bewley turning 24 years old, a native from Chardon, Ohio, spent 5 college seasons at Ashland in the GLIAC. He's shown up 2 times this year for the Unicorns. Has a save to his name, a 3.00 ERA in 3 innings pitched. 1 walk to 6 strikeouts so far this year. He'll have to face Schellenbarger, Kreitzer, and Marcoux. 3 lefties going against the righty Bewley. First pitch to Schellenbarger misses. Ball 1. Crucial inning here for the Hoppers. The advantage for them as opposed to Friday's game is they're the home team today. The Unicorns have been the home team a lot this year. The 1-0 to Schellenbarger. Hit on the ground. A tough bounce for Lambert. He does get the ball over to first. In time. What a play from Kevin Lambert.
Amazing.
He gets a well-deserved cheer from the crowd. That ball took a late hop the opposite way of where Lambert was moving. Somehow got it to land in the glove and fire it over to Sikopoulos, waiting for it at first in time to beat Schellenbarger by inches.
It was incredible. Ball popped out of his glove, landed back in the glove to secure it and throw it over to first.
Fastball from Bewley. He's got a 4-seamer that works in the low 90s. That last one, 92. A slider and a changeup. Pretty good slider, 79 to 83 miles an hour for him. There's the changeup. Misses 2-0. One down for Nick Kreitzer. Has reached twice today, both on walks, and struck out the other time. Looks at a called strike there. Scored once back in the second in that big 3-run second inning for the Hoppers. The only time they've scored more than 1 in an inning today. Trying to get on the board here in the 8th. Big swing from Kreitzer, fouled off, evens the count 2 apiece. Two and two. Low full count. Kreitzer's had really good plate discipline today. Only 2 walks as compared to 10 strikeouts coming into today's game. And in his 3 plate appearances, he's already worked 2 more walks. As we mentioned, did add that 1 strikeout, but he's got a full count here with 1 down. 3-2, check the swing. Did he go? He did. They said he went around. That was ball 4 for Kreitzer, but instead it's strikeout number 1 and out number 2 for Perry Bewley. And now it's Noah Marcoux's turn to step up in a tough spot. Nobody on, 2 outs. He's reached twice today, once on a fielder's choice, the other on a walk. Had a fly out in the 4th. Pops him up on the first pitch. This one's in play for Parkinson. Ditches the mask. Has to move forward a little bit. Oh, and it just squeaked away. Marcoux stays alive. A mistake for Matt Parkinson. We won't say that name and that word together too often. And we'll see if the Hoppers can jump on an opportunity to keep this 8th inning alive. So now just a strike to Marcoux, a guy who we saw have some pop in this batting practice. We'll see if it can translate to a live game.
That was a tough play for Parkinson. It was a tailing away to ball. Always tough with the backspin.
This one's out to center. Glossy slips for a second, gathers himself though and is able to grab it for out number 3. So Marcoux flies out. Ground out, strikeout, fly out for Bewley, top of the 9th. The Unicorns looking to add to their 2-run lead on the USBBL network.
At Fifth Third Bank, we're working hard to make banking a Fifth Third better, which means we put 166.7% into everything we do.
I think you can only give 110%.
Well, with free checking, fraud protection services, and an automatic savings tool to help you quickly reach your goals, 166.7% is possible.
Oh, wait till my 8th graders hear about this. They're gonna be like, it's not possible. Well, yes it is.
This is banking, a Fifth Third better.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's. $5 off orders of 20 or more.
Jimmy John's Field is the perfect venue for birthday parties, summer picnics, company outings, and provides the best entertainment in Metro Detroit with great baseball all summer long. Spend your summer nights under the lights at Jimmy John's Field in historic downtown Utica.
So the closer for the Hoppers, Michael DeSanti, comes out in a must-limit situation. The Hoppers will be very happy if they can head to the bottom of the 9th, down by just 2 runs. Where it stands right now, it's a 7-5 lead for the Unicorns as DeSanti takes over for Luke Drummond, who goes 2 innings, a hit, a run, a walk, and a strikeout, a little bit of everything. He also had 1 hit batter. He inherited a bases-loaded jam in the 8th. Put a few runners on, or excuse me, in the 7th. Put a few runners on in the 8th. A sacrifice fly RBI from Glossy gave that insurance run to the Unicorns, and that's where we are right now. DeSanti, a 23-year-old native of West Hempstead, New York. Spent 2 college seasons at Iona before transferring and playing 2 more seasons at Florida Southern. 2 fastballs, a 4-seamer and a 2-seamer, a changeup and a slider. We've seen DeSanti pop as high as 95 this year. He's got a lot of velocity. He likes to blow that fastball by a lot of people. And here's an interesting matchup to start the day for DeSanti. It was these two who faced each other in the bottom of the 9th on Friday, and we know what Ari Sakopoulos did. DeSanti missed with a changeup on the first pitch and knew he had to throw a fastball to Sakopoulos, and he jumped on it. We'll see how he approaches this one here. First pitch, that's the slider in there for a strike. Sakopoulos didn't want to jump on it, and now DeSanti ahead 0-1. Second pitch, another slider. Sakopoulos thought about it, didn't fall for it, 1 apiece.
DeSanti's got that solid movement on that slider.
Usually just a 1-inning closer kind of guy for the Hoppers. He has pitched into extras before. Slider again. Sakopoulos probably not going to see a fastball here. DeSanti knows all too well what can happen when he does that, despite having one of the faster fastballs in the league. He's ahead in the count, 1-2. There it is. Sakopoulos got it. It's going to be foul on the left field side.
Well-placed fastball.
Low and away. Sakopoulos today, a sacrifice fly for an RBI in the first, a strikeout in the third, the solo shot in the 6th, and walked last inning, or excuse me, 2 innings ago in the 7th. Swing and a miss. Michael DeSanti gets revenge on Sakopoulos. Starts the ninth off with a big strikeout, much needed there.
That was
one up and one down.
Absolutely critical.
You could see DeSanti give that little jump after he got the swing and a miss on the mound, kind of a jump and maybe a breath of relief.
A little excitement, too.
After that, yeah, you get to get revenge on what's been a good battle all year between these two teams and those two players, Sakopoulos and DeSanti. DeSanti, as we mentioned, has gone more than just one inning in an appearance. He was the pitcher on the mound in the sudden death win between these Hoppers and the Mammoths last weekend. Falls behind 2-0 to Castro. The leadoff runner, Elijah Brown, who was the last out the inning before for the Mammoths, reached all the way to third with nobody outs after DeSanti balked, and then there was a wild pitch. But DeSanti was able to get out of that inning. 2-0, now 3-0. Was able to get out after a strikeout and an intentional walk led to a game-ending double play on that exciting throw from Porter out in center. Porter right now out in center, shaded about 15 yards to the right of the second base bag on the Andy Castro, and he looks at a called strike one. He was ready to head down to first and take his base, but instead it's 3-1. Swing and a miss from Castro. He was ready to walk down to first 2 pitches ago, and now he faces a full count, nobody on, 1 out. DeSanti's fought his way back into this count. The payoff pitch. Fastball blew it by him at 92. Wow. Got him swinging back-to-back strikeouts.
After falling behind on a 3-0 count, battles back to get the second K of the inning.
Takes down perhaps the 2 hitters with the most power in this Unicorns lineup. Castro goes down swinging in back-to-back at-bats twice today. Was really good through his first 3 at-bats. A sac fly, a walk, run scored, and a single. Another 92 fastball outside half misses to Lambert. Lambert with the difference in this ball game. 2 RBI single in the 7th. And hits this one out to center. Porter going over to the gap, working to his left, makes the grab. Blake Porter has been steady out there today in center. 7-5, the Unicorns lead it after 8.5. The last chance for the Hoppers. We've had so much excitement in this series this season. We'll see if we can do it again in the bottom of the 9th on the US PBL Network.
I'm all in with Marketing and Business Development Council.
I'm all in with Operations and Member Experience Council. I'm all in with CEO Council.
I'm all in with Lending Council.
I'm all in with CFO Council.
I'm all in with Technology Council.
Our credit union is all in with CUNA Councils.
They call me Prospects. Since the day I was born as a diver's watch. The challengers of the world have taught me many things. Life is not a numbers game. It's about challenging ourselves. No matter what happens, just follow your heart. These pioneers drive our generation forward. Not by setting records, but by never giving up. Keep going forward. Prospects.
Available at Lucido Fine Jewelry.
As your neighbor who works at Ascension, Michigan, and a cardiologist who's practiced for more than 20 years, I'm going to keep asking, how are you feeling today? Your care can't wait. Getting care sooner can mean catching things before they get worse. At Ascension, Michigan, our ERs and our hospitals and other sites of care are maintaining strict precautions for your safety. Studies have shown that people will get care sooner if they're encouraged by their doctors, family, and friends. Get the care you need at getascensionmichigancare.com.
Keon Taylor, a possibly newfound closer for the Unicorns comes out in a save situation, trying to get his first career save, or first save this season, I should say. He takes over for Bewley, who gets a strikeout and retires the side in 1 inning in the 8th, setting up the sidearm righty Keon Taylor. Taylor will face the bottom of the order for 2 batters, and then Alex Pup, who has struggled today. It's Koziel, Lopez Rios, and Pup, and Koziel is actually going to be pinch hit for by Sean Lawler. Righty-lefty matchup, probably part of the reason Kottke makes this pinch hit. First pitch from Taylor finds the zone on the outer half to Lawler. Strike 1. Taylor this year in 6 appearances and 10 innings of work has yet to give up an earned run. He's given up 3 runs, none of them earned. This one's right back to him, and this will be an easy out number 1 as Lawler goes down on the pinch hit ground out.
It was almost over Sakopoulos' head.
Taylor just 2 walks to 12 strikeouts this year. He's just been really on fire. So difficult for righties particularly to handle. Now Walker Pause will pinch hit for Juan Lopez Rios.
Back-to-back pinch hits.
First pitch slider in there. Taylor works sinker, changeup, and slider. That slider is such a deadly one that he loves to use so often. The 0-1. Swing and a miss from Pause. And the Hoppers badly need a base runner here. Pause down 0-2. Inside. Oh, he got him looking. Pause crowds the plate on the left side, and Taylor cuts across it for a strikeout looking, and it's all up to Alex Pup.
2 quick outs from by Keon Taylor. Absolutely phenomenal cut across slider.
Pup, 2 strikeouts, a flyout, and a ground out today. First pitch framed by Parkinson, but no. Pup has been so consistent this year getting on base and getting hits. He really needs one here. 0 for 4 today. The ball 1 under the zone for ball 2. So Taylor, who quickly got ahead, a 3-pitch strikeout to Pause and a 2-pitch at bat on the ground out to Lawler. Now falls behind 2-0 to Pup. Pup's been the leadoff man all year for the Hoppers. Swings and drills this one foul. Waiting on deck are Porter and Burke. Probably your 2 favorite hitters that you would like to see get up if you're a Hoppers fan, or if you're John Dombrowski and Ryan Kottke, the co-managers. And the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Pup losing that back foot. Evens the count at 2 apiece. And the Hoppers are down to their last strike in what's been a great game today, just like it was on Friday. We'll see these 2 teams again next week. They are the doubleheader matchup on Saturday for our 2 6-inning games beginning at 5:30. The 2-2. Grounded to third. This should do it. De La Cruz is there with the glove. Flip to Sakopoulos. And the Unicorns best the Hoppers this weekend. They go 2-0 against the Hoppers, 3-0 on the weekend. They're the first team in the USPBL to double digits as Keon Taylor gets the save. And in another good battle, the Unicorns beat the Hoppers 7-5.
This was a back-and-forth game all day. Lots of lead changes, good offense, good support for the starting pitchers, and results in another Unicorn win.
Kevin Lambert with the difference maker. He had the 2 RBI single in the 7th that gave the Unicorns the lead at 6-5, and then the insurance run came in on the sacrifice fly from Drew Galassi. Stick around. We'll be back with the post game and our player of the game from Jimmy John's Field on the US PBL Network.
If I hit a home run, then you know what's going out of the park. Yeah, bases loaded, we ain't letting up. Scoring back to back, you can count it up. United we stand together, divided we fall. Ain't no turning back, we done came too far to turn around and have a seat now. We don't compare, cause we unicorns. Illuminate the dark with my uniform. Every time you see me stand up and salute me. It ain't no competition, not even from you. If I hit a home run, then you know what's going out of the park. Yeah, bases loaded, we ain't letting up. Scoring back to back, you can count it up. United we stand together, divided we fall. Ain't no turning back, we done came too far to turn around and have a seat now. We don't compare, cause we unicorns. Illuminate the dark with my uniform. Every time you see me stand up and salute me. It ain't no competition, not even from you.
Slide into a new home. Work with a local mortgage pro who works for you. Get a cheaper, faster, easier home loan. Find a mortgage broker near you today at findamortgagebroker.com.
You hear about the promo that Jimmy's John's got going on? 5 off 20? How they pulling it off? Magic? You got David's Copperfields in there? Show yourself, Copperfields!
Jimmy John's, $5 off orders of 20 or more.
Elevate your life on the road with a new Lincoln from Crest Lincoln. We're here to provide a purchase and ownership experience that's on your terms. We have new Lincolns arriving every day, or take advantage of ordering your Lincoln exactly how you'd like it, and you'll receive an additional $1,000 benefit towards that purchase or lease. We're celebrating 100 years of elevating the driving experience. Discover the possibilities at Crest Lincoln in Sterling Heights, or visit us today at crestlincoln.com.
We're the financial champion of Michiganders. Whether you're a goal-getter or dream chaser, an empty nester or up-and-comer, anyone in Michigan can bank with us. Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union.
There are things you can rely on in this world, like your dog being happy to see you, coffee getting you through the day, and the government changing business regulations. And when it comes to navigating those regulations, you can rely on Tryon and its team of attorneys. Tryon can also tackle time-consuming HR tasks like payroll and employee benefits, so you can stay focused on growing your business. With Tryon, you don't have to grow it alone. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
You can always rely on Tryon.
We build roads, bridges, wind farms, and pipelines, schools to skyscrapers. Our members create monuments. We operate. We're the operators and mechanics behind the advanced heavy machines that move Michigan forward. We maintain boilers and HVAC. Our members run the complex heating and cooling systems that we all depend on. Our training is second to none, and safety is our priority. We are Operating Engineers 324, and we keep Michigan running.
There's nothing better than a ball game at Jimmy John's Field and a cold beer from Midland Brewing Company. Hi, I'm Kyle, the head brewer at Midland Brewing Company, here to wish you a stellar time making memories at Jimmy John's Field. And we hope that you're living it up with a Copper Harbor Ale in your cup. You can find more of our selections here at the ballpark and around town at your favorite bottle shops too. We hope you have a ball at the game, and remember, enjoy responsibly. Let's play ball.
Jimmy John's Field is the perfect venue for birthday parties, summer picnics, company outings, and provides the best entertainment in Metro Detroit with great baseball all summer long. Spend your summer nights under the lights at Jimmy John's Field in historic downtown Utica.
I'm all in with Marketing and Business Development Council.
I'm all in with Operations and Member Experience Council. I'm all in with CEO Council.
I'm all in with Lending Council.
I'm all in with CFO Council.
I'm all in with Technology Council.
Our credit union is all in with CUNA councils.
As your neighbor who works at Ascension, Michigan, and a cardiologist who's practiced for more than 20 years, I'm going to keep asking, how are you feeling today? Your care can't wait. Getting care sooner can mean catching things before they get worse. At Ascension, Michigan, our ERs and our hospitals and other sites of care are maintaining strict precautions for your safety. Studies have shown that people will get care sooner if they're encouraged by their doctors, family, and friends. Get the care you need at getascensionmichigancare.com.
First State Bank is a locally owned and operated business. We're part of your community. At fsbcares.com, you'll find ways that we're making a difference by featuring locally owned and operated businesses, providing access to helpful financial resources, and engaging with community. fsbcares.com is part of our commitment to the neighborhood because strong neighbors mean stronger communities. Where good neighbors do great things. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Back here at Jimmy John's Field on Father's Day with our Jimmy John's player of the game, Kevin Lambert. Kevin, you had the deciding hit in the game, down 5-4 in the 7th inning with the bases loaded. You had a 2 RBI single. That was a big one. You guys retook the lead 6-5, and then a home run from Sakopoulos made it 7-5, our final score today. Take me through that at bat in the 7th. What did you experience there? How were you able to put the barrel on the ball and drive it to left field and get that single?
Well, before that at bat, I made the error that gave him runs, so I just wanted to go up to the plate and bring in another run to even it out. And I knew the guy was going to throw a fastball in or a slider, so I was sitting fastball in if I saw soft. Just try to get a barrel on it, and I did.
And that's a good point. You did have those throwing errors in the 6th that really weren't your fault. They're tough plays to make. You made that nice diving play and stop, throw from the knees, but what happened on those ones? You know, you had the double play ball up the middle too that you had a tough throw on. You know, how good did it feel to get redemption for those in the next inning?
Yeah, on the double play ball, I probably should have ate it, not thrown it. And then on the diving one in the hole, I figured why not try to show off the arm strength from the knees. Didn't work out that well, but I felt good when I got 2 runs back after making that error.
Well, you still showed the strength, maybe just a little bit too much, sailing it over Sakopoulos, the first baseman's head. So another good battle with the Hoppers. We had a good one on Friday. You guys will face them in the doubleheader on Saturday. There's a budding rivalry here, a very competitive one. Feels like you guys are the 2 best teams. You guys have gotten the better of them, but they've been a really good squad. Is it fun to play against them?
Oh, it's fun. You know, we played them a lot last year, and it was also a great rivalry last year, so it's good to keep it on this year. And it's always good baseball when we play each other.
Well, another good game here on Father's Day. Anybody you want to wish a happy Father's Day to?
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and especially my dad. I love you, Poppy.
His family here behind the camera for his first ever Player of the Game interview. The Unicorns beat the Hoppers 7-5 on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. For Nick Matthews, I'm Brendan Shabath on the USPBL Network. We'll see you next week, folks.